Yeah.
It's your boy Sean, Mr. NJ Brick City, and this is the Unfamous Podcast, guys.
Hola, buenos dias.
What up, what up?
Oh, y'all ain't gonna say who y'all?
Oh, we're gonna, I didn't know we were starting.
Wait, what? What?
Wait, no, I thought you was gonna talk and then we go around. Fuck it. This is John from the Sky.
Just Kia.
Alright, Joe Cole.
Henny Hardaway.
Stevie Does Life.
Oh!
Hey.
Unreal Fiction.
Yup, when y'all heard our guest, we got Stevie. You know,
We got a white guy!
Yes!
Yay! It's taken us 3 years.
Yeah. Am I the first white guy?
Yes.
Word, yo.
Look at you breaking barriers.
Yes.
Man, yo, we're out here.
This is what we're doing.
They are bringing people together.
Exactly.
Ignorant
Conversations.
Yeah. About
Serious
talking about
stuff.
See, if I had known that it was like we could bring some beers and shit like that, yo, I would have like we could like
Yeah, I forgot.
next time I'm with it.
Gotcha.
Let's do it.
Lord.
But nah, this is great. I'm super excited.
Yeah, man, I'm glad to have you here. Quick backstory on, you know, how I met him. I was at the open mic at Apostrophe, and you was singing the Walmart song.
Yep,
Shit was dope. It was funny. I was like,
I appreciate that.
yo, this shit is funny because me and
The
me and T,
Walmart song?
yeah, like it's funny and shit.
It's about like I was like I used to have this thing where I would like steal from like Walmarts and shit. Like I was like kind of it was like I was kind of broke for a while, like living out in Nashville, Tennessee. I was out there and pretty broke for a while, and I don't know, I'll just get to a point where I just get bored and shit. So like I started like taking, this is like last year, so like this is like I would like start taking. I don't steal anymore. I don't.
Back when I was a kid.
No. So this is like
It's only March.
yeah. So like I would like go into Walmarts and like other little places. Nothing. I would never do it from like a mom and pop place. I would never take from like someone that
Really
like.
fight the man.
So
It was like Walmart. Like fuck Walmart. Who
a
gives a
thief
shit?
of
But like,
morals. I'm
but
not
like,
mad at that.
but like I would go and like take little like candy bars and shit. Like I was like bored and shit. Like I was like so like I'd get these little like. Yo, I'm bored as shit. I'm gonna go Walmart and get some fucking chocolate and shit, and like I'd like get a Hershey bar, or like get a Reese's cup or something like that, and like.
You never got caught. They never suspected you on that.
Well, no, that's what that Walmart song that you heard is. That's when I did get caught,
Oh.
and so the dude caught me, and like he literally like took me to like the little like there's like a little holding room type thing that they got, and so like. He sat there and like questioned me. He was like, "What were you doing?" I saw it, like, and like the thing is, I saw him for like a split second. Dude was like, this dude like. Just like literally for like a split second, I was like putting something in my pocket and like I saw like just like a corner of like a forehead like behind the aisle, and then like I was like walking out, I was like I think I saw something, but then I was like I just walked out, and then he was like you come here, and then they like dragged me in there. So that was,
So they were like, you piece of
Did you
shit.
get the candy
Yeah.
bar? Did you get to keep the candy bar?
well this was a different. It was I was taking like those 4M strips, you know, like the Velcro strips for like hanging artwork and stuff in your room.
Yeah.
Were you
Yeah.
hanging artwork? Or
I was
just
literally
saying-
doing that.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
I had
was
like
trying
a,
to
like-
figure-
I had like a something at the it was like I don't know, some like artwork and shit that I wanted to hang up in my bedroom and shit. So I was like doing that. It was like $4.50 for like 4 strips or something like that. I was like,
Fuck that.
I'm not paying $4.50 for that shit. Nah. It's like So it was
I
like
thought that was cheap.
damn, right? Shit.
You got the facial recognition camera Exactly. down in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
There's levels to this cheap shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't play. So
Frugal gang.
but no, like I have actively like made it a thing to like not steal anymore. Like I don't want to do that. I don't want to resort to that anymore. You know, like I've been there and like I want to be able to say I own this, you know.
See,
I
God's
worked for
working on
this.
all of us.
He is.
Yeah. You gotta do something. You gotta step up. You gotta level up. So
Exactly. Exactly. So what we normally do is whenever we start off an episode, we usually just kind of ask everybody how their week been, because you know I care about my co-hosts and all that, and you know how their week go. Thank you. I really do.
He's trying to kill time. That's what it is. Yeah.
So Joe, how was your week?
Oh, we mic too.
We gonna do it. Oh, okay. Jai, you wanna go?
My week was pretty good. I didn't really do too much.
Got laid?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I'm chilling. Told you. Weaning myself.
2019.
were you fucking a watermelon?
off the hoe. Whoa! I did there.
Were y'all here for that though?
No, they were not.
No,
here for
y'all
that
missed the
conversation.
watermelon.
Yeah.
It was like a thing. We were talking about
No,
watermelon.
we talked about
We talked
watermelon.
about
Oh,
that.
yeah,
We
yeah,
talked
yeah.
about that.
That's why we brought it
I
up.
was gonna say,
The original sex doll. Yeah, we
Hold
talked
on.
about that.
See, they already know don't get me started. But I will. I have no problem with that.
You would fuck a watermelon?
You said what?
You would fuck a watermelon?
Oh.
Oh, uh-oh.
Oh, which one? Did you fuck a watermelon part or?
No, I didn't fuck a watermelon. I had diabetes, so.
Watermelon loaf.
You know what? I like that joke. Thank you. You know what?
It was.
I like that one.
It was an oral sex joke, you guys.
Went over the head.
That's good. I can dig it.
Kia, what's up?
Wow, that's interesting. Let me see. My week it's been pretty good so far. I had my official end of the year review. Got a raise and a bonus. That's always nice.
Let me hold something.
I ain't got it. So that's cool. Really excited about that. Outside of that, I did want to take this time because I made so much fun of Jussie Smollett. I just wanted to take this time to say, the FBI came out and basically said that Chicago police basically lied. Like everything that they said was false.
Man, what do you believe in this shit?
Man, fuck that.
I'm just saying, like, I made a shit ton of fun of him, especially about the check.
Look,
like,
it was funny at the moment.
It was funny.
Look,
how
many times have we said nobody's above these jokes?
So, but I mean,
So they're saying somebody.
I can talk shit. Then
Are you talking about our
apologize.
No, not yet.
Okay, not yet.
Huh?
They say.
Yeah, that's what they said. But now the FBI said the brothers.
We'll get to that.
The FBI said the brothers did not actually admit to being hired to beat him up. The check was actually for training. He was training for a video. The communication that they were having before the incident was them talking about him working out in his diet. So everything that the CPD said in the press conference wasn't true.
So
according to the FBI.
Really just whooped his ass for no reason. Or not for no reason, but.
I'm just saying it wasn't the brothers.
Well, look like this. Let's wait for that
According
story
to the FBI.
Unravel a little more.
I feel like everybody is in on this. That's what it seems like.
Except for us.
Exactly. So it's like everybody's in on it.
I have no clue what this is.
It's
what is it?
Jussie Smollett.
Yeah, he
the dude. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, dang. Yeah, that was wild.
That was it.
Joe?
Okay, yeah, so the week was good. Son's doing well.
Hey, that's what's up.
Keisha's doing well. Family, children doing well otherwise. It was kind of more of a laid back week. It was like, getting his collar together and his sleep pattern.
Okay.
Just listening to some information, doing some research. What's interesting that I kind of researched again was the idea that, most of us, people that call ourselves black, we're here in this continent for probably thousands of years, and most of us were not brought over from anywhere. So it's like kind of a different story. And then someone once notified me. It's like, what do you think an African coming from Africa is called? Are they called African Americans or what? What do you think? Like on the Census Bureau. Do you think they call African American?
I think they call Africans.
No, once they become citizens, what do you think they call?
They're Americans.
So why not call African American?
I don't consider myself an African American.
I don't. I consider myself a Black American.
I was Black American before I went with African American. I never been African a day in my life.
No, I mean, but when you sign your census papers,
you got to mark.
You
got to mark.
I'm talking about the designation. Like, what do you? I mean, I don't consider my family from directly from Africa. Probably thousands of years ago. But the point is, we were, I looked in that tribe, like the Choctaw tribe, the Shafunkta peoples, the Folsom peoples, and I'm looking at things like that, and I think that we look more like them. It's like my grandparents were like full-blooded, and they were darker than me, both of them. So it's like, and through that research, I looked at all these other tribes, like we were like in this continent. You had the Asiatics coming from the Bering Straits, like probably like 6,000 years ago. Then you had us occupying mostly the coast on the east side. That's what Khalifa is, an African queen. That's what California is named after. So you have this mixing though of all of those peoples over thousands of years, and you get what you get from that. So what they call when they come over from Africa, they're white by census. They're called white Africans, so they're white. So people don't know that. People think they're black. African American. It's a little simple thing like that, but I was doing stuff on that. That comprised most of my weeks as far as my mental capacity is concerned. But other than that, everybody's good.
I need to start doing smart shit.
I would say, yo, Joe started off deep.
I mean, he felt shitty about my week. I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, I know.
I
Thanks.
Study. I didn't read nothing.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Way to one up us, Joe. Fuck, bro.
I got like 2 kills for the whole
asshole.
Week.
Look, Joe out here doing important shit, and we over here just drinking his bucket.
Yeah, I'm Apex Legends back to back.
I put it up on my library on 2K.
Look, Joe makes time for it all. He's doing that too.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you cracked some yeast?
You want to know about mine?
No, Joe. What
my
you doing?
devilish side.
What you doing,
Yo, you a wild boy.
What you doing?
Joe Wild. Oh my
basically trying to close out on this apartment from one step closer.
Are you gonna be at the same ones?
We turning all the documents, so just waiting to hear back.
At the same?
Yeah, the ones that T will be there. Yeah. So
I'm the only one who ain't gonna be there.
Yeah. So as soon as I get the word back from those apartments, that's pretty much what my week's been focused on.
Okay.
Right on.
When do you have to be, like, when is your lease up for this?
Oh, I ain't on the lease. I stay with my mom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm just ready to get it. So, get some meat cracking going on over there and shit,
Have fun with that.
Congrats.
No, I'm kind of not joking, but I said kind of. See what I did?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm just, me and my cousin ready to get that spot popping. Already thinking about where to get some furniture and shit like that.
Ooh, kickback.
Yeah, because I got shit in stores, but it's been there a while, so I don't know.
Yeah, some of that shit you gonna have to throw away, bro.
Throw that shit out. So,
Hopefully, is it like one of those ventilated storages?
it is, but
you'll be fine.
Yeah, but I just want new furniture.
Look, bro,
Okay, baller.
Don't be
Cut
bougie,
up
bro.
then.
Oh, I'm about to go to
baller.
Restore Habitat for Humanity.
Man, go on Facebook
Hey, why you
Marketplace.
playing?
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah,
They
I
do sell
swear.
some good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can get free couches, free
Listen,
chairs. You can get
My friend
free
get baby toys from
living
there,
room.
so.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
She get diapers and everything.
I know
Free
I'm about that
diapers. She gets
frugal
diapers
life.
off?
I'm about that.
Oh
Facebook
God, not
Marketplace?
in that frugal life.
Yeah, bro.
Who's selling like diapers on Facebook Marketplace?
I mean, when you don't need them,
I guess
take them
so.
back
No,
to
I
the
get what
store.
you're saying.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
they're
see,
not.
that's what I'm like. Do I want to buy like someone else's?
I mean, if it's
No, they're not
if it's in
used.
pack, if it's not, if
Yeah.
it's in a package.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Oz?
He's awesome.
my baby used it, but it's still good.
I wash that out and
Oh.
everything.
Put it through the laundry.
Just
I
number one.
ironed it for you.
Just number one.
Bro, it smell like shit. Who used it?
Oh, doo-doo.
Like, bro, this ain't even for a baby.
This is
Oh,
a
yeah.
kids. It's alright.
This is my granddaddy's.
My grandmother still isn't opposed to putting like what they call them when they used to pin cloths on the babies. What do they call those?
Oh,
The
clothing?
The clothing lines.
Yeah, the cloth diapers.
Cloth diapers, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
but they had another
Oh,
name
yeah.
for them. Yeah, my grandma, she's not opposed to that. Like, she don't understand the whole diaper game. I'd be like, yo,
I tried that.
That sounds.
I feel like it would just like
Angelique.
leak.
You tried it, Joe?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like
I didn't
really
work.
bunched up under there. It looks very
Yo, Joe's face is like,
It was everywhere.
Nobody got time for that.
That's a lot of washing.
Nobody's time.
It's
yeah,
a lot
tell
of
me.
washing.
Nobody got time for that. Nobody got time for that.
But yeah, that's how my week's been.
Okay. Stevie, what's up? How was your week, man?
Man, y'all caught me at like a crazy interesting time. Honestly, I got so on last Tuesday, I got a DWI. Actually happened.
Damn, bro.
What
I
kind
know.
of life you living out here, dog? Like,
Wild life.
I'm like no, like I'm not trying to like I don't know. It was I host trivia nights at like bars and restaurants, game nights at like bars and
That's
restaurants and
fun.
stuff. It's a ton of fun. I go around, I bounce around all throughout the city doing this, and they usually give me like free beers and stuff, so like I have my fun out there. But like I don't like do too much. I don't like do too much. But I was being a dumbass. I was going 120 on the interstate. I hit it. I was a dumbass. I was 120.
I mean, I do that on a
They caught me, and like I was going, and so like I blew a .08. It's literally the lowest limit you can get for the DWI,
Yeah.
but it still happened, and so they took me downtown, took me to the jail, got me booked in and everything. My license is gone right now, so I've got the paperwork to get the provisional right now. It's so for 10 days. I haven't had a license right now. It was last Tuesday. Tomorrow I can go to the courthouse and get the provisional. I have to get some letters from my bosses though, saying when I'm able to drive, when I need to go to work, and what times I need and all that stuff. But
Gotcha.
so it's a little process. After 30 days, I said I'll get my license back. So it is what it is right now. It's just kind of working through it. And like the thing is, I've been like saving up to buy a car. I've been using family cars. We've been like bouncing back and forth and everything. I literally on Tuesday went and found the car that I was going to buy. Had the money ready to go to get this car. I like drove it. It was like a family friend and drove it. It was a Scion XB. Shit gets like 32 miles per gallon, so shit like that. Yeah, I drove a Honda Element for a little while, and like that was like my cousin. It was my cousin's car. He went out to sea overseas for a summer when I was in high school, and like I got to drive that Element. I love that thing. I fell in love with that. So that XB, it was calling my name. I drove it. I fell in love, and then that night I fucked up. I was gonna buy it that Thursday. And then that happened. So all the money is going into attorney shit now. But
hey man,
it's what it is.
At least you had the money for the attorney shit.
I'm sorry to hear it.
Yeah.
One thing you gotta do is make sure your slammer pick look gangster, because my slammer pick was gangster.
It's my Instagram profile picture right now.
I was for like 8 hours and got bonded out. I was having a hard time though.
You ain't eat no brownies.
Alcatraz. Riker trash, bro.
Gang signs like,
yeah, check my slammer pick out later.
you like,
guard.
I was really thinking about doing some shit in the picture, but like for this one I was like, I just like looked into it. I was like, fuck, y'all got me. But like I was really thinking about like doing some little like cute little
can't.
I don't know, but like I don't know. I thought about it. I was thinking like I pray anything else ever happens. But I told myself if I ever have to do another mugshot.
Well, this is
get all the white power symbols out. You know, you gotta do all that.
What's that?
Get the white power symbols out.
Throw some signs up in it.
Exactly. You gotta be real. You gotta be real. What? Crip? We gonna.
Actually, they're accepting everybody now. Yeah.
I mean, when you need numbers.
Yeah, they are now.
You need numbers out here. You need numbers.
Yeah.
They killing their own, so they need numbers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I was gonna say the one thing I got out of this whole story is that not once did you was yo, I fucked up.
I did. Absolutely.
I know I fucked. I
take responsibility for that.
I got to do better.
Yeah.
So, I mean that's dope. You know that shows growth.
I'm riding my bike to work now. And like one of my jobs is I'm kind of holding off on the bar until like I get the provisional right now. But I work over at Concord Mills. I don't know if I'm allowed to say like the store. I didn't say. I don't give a fuck. It's Earthbound. I work over at Earthbound.
Hey,
yeah, it's a fun store. No, I love it. It's like a little hippie place, and like we all have a great time there. And like
I like Earthbound. They got some dope shit.
I just rode my bike for the first time today, and like it wasn't bad. I live like 30. It was like a 30-minute bike ride to the mall from where I live.
Get you getting some cardio.
Right? Shoot, I used to run and shit. So like I've
you about to be good.
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
So probably popping right now. So.
Was that?
Got the washboard.
Shirt.
It'll get there. It'll get there.
Hey ladies.
But, so it is what it is. I'm willing to accept what I did and just move forward, work on moving past it and taking care of what needs to be done to move on from it.
That's what's up, man.
That's all I can do.
Hey kids,
personal accountability.
And anyone watching this, don't drink and drive. Exactly. Do not drink and drive. It's not worth it. And speed. And don't be a dumbass. And
I just got one thing that be on my mind that I've always wanted to ask a white guy.
Oh shit.
How do you feel? How you feel?
Can we ask Oz how his day was?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, bro. What the fuck?
Oz,
we'll get to it.
You already trying to start the revolution in here.
No.
Don't scare our first white guy off. God damn it.
I'm having a blast. I love it.
What you say? Oh, no bad. Go ahead.
Joe ain't even started talking yet. I'm waiting.
I'm gonna hit Joe like, hey, bro. I think the stove is on out there, Joe. Get that stove.
I thought he said I'm here with the blacks. He said we having a blast.
Hey, Joe, stop it.
All jokes.
Go ahead, Oz.
My day.
Yes, Osmond. How was your week?
Anyway.
God damn it, Oz.
Hey, I gotta set the setting.
I see that.
My week. Let's see how it was. Yeah, it was alright, you know. Hey, everybody said the same thing basically. I'm just trying to say my same thing, whatever. But everything was alright. Finished. Did I already say I finished it up the home theater? Yeah, I mostly completed it today. You know, set up the audio around and all that kind of stuff.
Surround sound.
Yeah.
Nice.
Holy shit.
So
what's up?
I bet it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's cheap. But you know, I went to Goodwill to get most of the stuff, so I ain't tripping.
Ain't wrong with that, bro.
And
you ain't go to the one on Free.
The one on UNCC side is busting.
You gotta go to the rich area.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's where you gotta go.
That's what they give out. Yeah, we just here to take this, you know. But I mean, I got a couple of cheap stuff because like I was looking for like an audio receiver online. It was like $100 and something. I was like, I'm just kind of looking for a project. I don't know if I really want to commit to it, so I'll go get something cheaper, you know. Okay. Not worry about it too much, but
I'm proud of all this frugalness I've been hearing today. That really touches my heart.
I've been out here being Bob the Builder.
I ain't that damn cheap.
We out here killing the game. Mufflers, computers.
Oz the Builder out here?
Listen.
I can fix it.
Yes, he can.
Ozma trash, bro.
Huh?
Fix laptops, right?
Yeah.
It depends. I can fix the...
It's yes or no, guys.
No, well, it's things. Some people think I can fix broken laptop. I can't fix broken laptop. I can fix it. Like if it's slow or something. If it's slow or something, I can fix it.
I'll just give it to you.
Right.
You can't fix it. Fuck it.
Alright. But that's pretty much it, though.
Okay. My week was pretty awesome. Me and T hung out doing our normal, regular, schmegular shit. So I needed a bag because I've been getting clowned from her and my grandmother about my duffel bag that I've had because I've had this duffel bag. I've had this bag since I was 8.
What? Oh, she got a He-Man shit?
Running all day like that?
No. It's from when I used to swim. When I used to be in a Newark swim team. So I still have that same duffel bag because it's always.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
I feel like it looked real trash.
Wait. Yeah, motherfucker. I know how to swim.
Who said that?
The Newark swim team.
I mean, the thought crossed my mind as well, but
I do. I know how to swim. Like I used to swim competitively.
Okay. Listen. We're not challenging
Black
your
people,
swim abilities.
I'm gonna let you know a little tidbit. Black people do know how to swim.
Yes, we do.
Word.
Oh,
that's good.
Lord.
Wait. I'm gonna throw you another one in there.
Marcus Phelps.
It's not the Islander black people.
The Marcus Phelps.
Bro, isn't that crazy?
Phelps.
Like I always say that I grew up on an island and never learned how to swim and stayed in the ocean.
I don't understand it.
I don't know.
You grew up on an island?
Mm-hmm. Say on an island.
Where is it?
It's here.
Okay, where?
South Carolina. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
I miss it more now that I'm gone. Yeah, I appreciate it more. Use it, Burton. Stay in lane.
I know how to swim though, so.
Oh,
shit.
Come to the mic.
Step up to the mic.
Look at all that water.
But yeah, that's crazy. And I also prefer the ocean over the pool.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know, I'm weird.
Especially in the summer, it's warm now. Water's warm.
Yeah, boy.
Well, I've been getting clowned from T about it because she's like, "Oh, this shit looks so childish." I'm like, "It's just a red bag. It's just a red bag. There's nothing wrong. It's just a red duffel bag."
Is it like small in comparison?
No, it's a regular size duffel bag.
It's got holes in it.
No, there's nothing even wrong with it. It's just old. That's all it is.
Quality bag.
And the sad part is, it's just no holes in it. There's no stains on it. It's just a red bag. Like y'all probably seen it and just never really paid it no attention before. But so we had to go find myself a duffel bag, and I've been looking for a bag to get, I don't know, for the past couple of weeks. We checked Nordstrom Rack because, you know, I was like, all right, they might have some really nice bags for a low price.
Louis Vuitton G?
Nah. I was going to keep it like London Fog or something, man. Something simple.
Like
So,
goddamn Gucci.
Nah, I wasn't going to do that.
Whoop your ass.
I was going to get the Burberry one.
Oh, shit.
Who's on it?
Yeah. So this is the thing that happened. I walk out of Nordstrom Rack, right? Dude has to probably be like a little younger than me, right? Walks up to me. Hey, bro, I'm going through some shit right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? I need some gas. Like, you think you can help me out? Nah, dog, I ain't got it, man. Oh, you ain't, oh, you ain't got it?
Oh,
I was like,
nigga,
nah.
you ain't got it.
I'm like, nah, my G, I ain't got it. I ain't no G. I'm a man, damn it.
He was going through some personal.
So by this time, I'm looking at Tierra like, baby, get ready to like move out the way, cause I'm about to light him up. Like I had the shit ready. I was about to light this boy up, cause I'm like, you say one more word, you obviously want a problem. You want an issue, I got it for you. So I'm about to beat your ass. So I'm like, let me keep pushing, yo. So we leave from there. you guys, I know you want to ask a question, but go ahead, John.
Nah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Because you got it fresh on your mind. Go ahead.
Nah, I'm good.
Oh.
I was thinking about some dumb shit that I went through that's kind of similar but not similar.
What was it?
Yeah, go ahead. Why
it was like, we went to QT, was it CI? Me and you was riding around. And we went to the quick trip right up the street. We were supposed to be my people up there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm outside the car.
Yeah.
And I farted before I got in the car. Like, that's the gentleman thing to do.
Yeah.
This nigga in the car, don't be farting by my car. I looked at him like, you really want a problem out of... I just got in the car. I was like, you trying to invent a problem, my dude. Like, you get really beat up out of here. Like, I'm pretty sure you're not even from here. Get the fuck out of here. So I just looked at him like, really, son? Like, that's what you want to beef about? Like, Black History Month, you stupid ass motherfucker?
Yeah.
That's the go-to.
I should put my ass in his car, like, get the fuck out of here, yo.
Wait, so you like got out of the car to fart?
No, we just come out the store. We just come out the store.
Can you imagine that being on? Like,
and like, I'm not paying attention. I'm like, let me fuck in the car.
I got stabbed.
Oh, don't be farting, man.
I knew man get shot over a fart. Right?
A local.
I didn't even know you farted.
A local Charlotte.
How loud was it?
That's what I want to know. That's really what I want to know.
Over the
my ass like.
the road.
Was that a fart?
I mean, tasted. He like,
Was that a sign?
that's a fart. That's a fart. I know a fart. That's a fart. You like, wait, he
got angry at my ass? I got a fart by my car. My car door open. Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. I piss in your gas tank. Like, yo.
That man had some ass aggression, bro.
I just looked at him like, son, listen. Alright, man. You obviously trying to go to jail tonight over some dumb shit, so go start something with somebody else. So, like, I'm good.
Yeah, he was.
I was focused on vagina.
Both those guys, they had some personal things that they
Yo, because that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at the dude, like, he looked like he younger than me. And I'm like, bro, like, if I'm telling you I ain't got the bread, I ain't got the bread for you. Now, if he was an older gentleman, maybe I'd have looked out for him. I feel like when you about my age or younger, you can get the bread, man. Like, you can do something for it. But you're not about to get mad at me because I told you I ain't got it. I know I just walked out of Nordstrom Rack, bitch. I ain't got money for you. Like, I got money for me and my lady.
That's funny because I always say like whenever the guy that I seriously date, whenever we go out or whatever, like he just be like people walk up, hey, you know, nah, I'm good, we good, and that's it, like we good, and I just be like,
I'm the king of telling motherfuckers.
Like I can't.
I'll tell people no.
Because I just remember, I remember with me and my mom, there were times, I specifically remember a time where we were stuck at the gas station and had no gas, and I was trying to get to work, and she had to ask a random person for gas, and I was like, so I think about those kinds of things when people ask me for money, and I'm just like, bruh,
you gotta look at the signs, though.
Need it, dog.
You gotta look at the signs.
Man. The average person go to buy crack. Fuck that.
Look, this man ain't had no gas.
How I view it, I'm just like, listen, if I have it to give, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if I give it to a stranger or a family member, I don't expect it back in general.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't care what you do with it. I didn't need it. It ain't hurting me if I lose it. So whatever.
That's cool.
Put good into the.
I just didn't like his aggressive.
Now that response that was
like,
a bit much. Like,
I ain't gotta have shit for you.
You can't be angry because I ain't got money for
exactly.
you.
You can't be younger than me or like my age. Be like, oh, bro, I don't got no money. Like, nigga, I don't either. Fuck out of here. Like,
I'm broke too.
I'm struggling like you is, yo.
I don't
like my last, then what I'm gonna have.
I don't like when I go to the store like close to where I live, and if it is somebody who asks me for money and I give him some money, and then I go the next day, he's still out there. It's like every time he see me now, he expect to get something from me.
Dude that be outside a quick trip off it's Tryon, but it's further towards I can't remember the name of the street.
It's the street.
Yeah, it's the street. But anywho, he was cleaning up for CIAA, bruh. Like, I sat outside because I was driving Uber and Lyft, so I took a break. And I sat outside, and everybody walked up. He was like, "Hey, bro, you got some change on? You got $2? You got $1?" Yo, he racked up, dog. I was like,
he knew what he was doing.
He racked up.
When I was living in Washington State, they just found this dude out of Seattle. He was just sitting on the same corner from 9 to 5:30, so every day.
That was his job.
Yeah. And then they followed him to his car with the camera.
Bro, he had the Honda.
No, the dude I saw, he had a Pathfinder.
Okay.
Pathfinder first came out. It was
this dude had a brand new Honda, the one that I saw.
It was like, sir, can we talk to you? He was like, yeah. He was like, do you know that's immoral what you're doing? He's like, it's immoral, not illegal. I was like, that's why I got a point. Yeah, he's right.
I saw the one that I saw
the next day, he ain't come back.
The one that I saw, the dude, he went to his Honda and he took off his clothes and he was a full on suit, something. Yeah, he clean. It was a brand new like he was chilling.
I'm not mad.
So they do like out in Washington, like they got like a huge runaway situation where, but these are like rich kids. They're not like poor kids from the hood. They're like fucking rich as fuck. Like my parents don't fucking understand me, man. Brand new guitars just fucking wailing and people throw them out. Like, y'all see how new that guitar is? Yeah, how's he homeless? He got a brand new guitar. Like, come on. Like, I'm not giving you shit.
Playing the guitar.
It's like that. I seen the documentary about that.
That's a service.
I think it's in Portland, Oregon. They do that too. Like,
so
the whole Northwest, like they got a thing.
Yeah, they got like a whole big runaway society. Like, they all just get together and play guitars outside of a fucking.
It's wonderful.
Fuck that. I'm not giving you no money.
You run away.
As soon as you get tired, like, guys.
I vaguely did something kind of like that in Atlanta. I was living in my car for a long time out in Nashville. It's a long story, but like I got kicked out of the house I was at. I wasn't able to keep up with rent out there, and there's a whole other thing behind that. So I ended up living in my car. My car broke down, so I ended up being in my car for a long time. I was donating plasma and saving money, getting money like that, and trying to like find some way to do anything, but like I just didn't have money. I was trying to figure out like a way to, I don't know, I was like living in my car in Nashville in like a parking lot for like a month. And so what I did was I ended up like having the money. I was like, yo, I'm bored as fuck right here. I've been living in Nashville for 7 years. So like this is like towards the end of it. This is like last summer. So I was like, I'm bored as fuck. It was like $30 to get to Atlanta. So it's on a mega bus. So I was like, I'm going to go out to Atlanta for a week. So I just went out there. I stayed in one of the parks out there, just slept out there. I had a bag. Damn. I had a little
summer.
This is in the summer, yeah. Cool. I had a blanket. I brought my guitar, this guitar right here, and just posted up out there, started busking. There was like one day when I made like $30 in like 2 hours and shit like that. And like it was a whole fucking interesting experience, but like I don't know, I was down there and like just played guitar out there, just like sang songs. It was like I sang like original ones. Like people love like Colt 45 and 2 zigzags, hey. Baby, that's all you need. You just play that out there and go, and people like, hey, and throw the money.
Yep, that's Atlanta. That's Atlanta. It don't take much. You got a whole party on the corner.
No, it was definitely an experience. I saw it. I like hung out with some dudes and like saw a dude smoke crack for the first time, so that was interesting. Wow. It's wild out there.
You gotta tell us. We know.
Yeah.
We know.
I've never seen my uncle actually smoke it, but I know when he be high though.
Oh, I've never seen it. No, so you don't want to see that.
No, like I was there for the transaction, for the smoking, or I was like, are you gonna be like? I don't know if I like. Do I want to hang out with you like right now? I don't know if I'm trying.
Oh, they'd be cool.
Yeah, it was like cool. Just chill.
It's
smoking crack.
Yep.
Shit's scary, man.
You like,
somebody
say your boy Slap about to call for balloon one time.
Yeah. I got a story about that, but I ain't gonna tell it right now. But no, finish my week off. I ended up finding a bag. So
word.
The little story is you can find a bag, guys.
So I went to Belk and I found a nice bag. Usually the price of the bag is about $200, and it was marked down to like $130 or something like that. Fucking around with T, she went ahead.
Where's T? Here we go.
No, that is money saving T. Like she saves. That's why I fuck with her. Went ahead. She's like, oh, you could get the 70% off on the bag. I'm like, word? She's like, yeah, 70% off, and they got coupons and online. Let's take it up front, and the lady going,
shopping with her, man.
She gonna scan it, and then the shit came out to be $70. So
she a couponer?
Yeah, and then the lady was like, she was like, how'd y'all find this? I was like, her? She's like, yeah, you better keep her. I'm like, I'm trying. Like, yo, this motherfucker is awesome. I'm like, not only does she knows how to cook, and she says things like she might box me in the back of the head. I'm like, okay.
That should turn you on.
Scary.
Does it?
Box your ass off, boy.
Yeah.
Box your ass up, boy.
That's it.
Yep.
Go on now. Go on.
Go on. Fuck around with him.
Yeah. I'd be like,
pull up in it.
Oh, shit.
Bad, boy. Bad, boy.
You got subtitles for this shit?
Bro. And then look, because she tried not to talk like that. But when she like talk to her friends, she be on the phone. I'm sitting there.
When we come back from being at home, like it takes a while.
I can't wait until I go down there and meet her family. That's gonna be lit.
Like I think I was talking to this guy and I was like trying to explain to him like the language just a little different. So I was like, when we haven't seen someone in a long time, I'll be like, damn, I ain't seen you in Cool Daddy. And he was like, I'm sorry, what? I was like, translation, I haven't seen you in quite a while, right? Like,
you know what? You gotta make an app that translate that.
I need a Rosetta Stone for that.
But yeah, that was my week. So there anything else you want us to tell? Want to tell about yourself?
Yeah, tell us about you, Stevie.
Shoot. Okay. Well, I was born in Miami, Florida.
Ooh.
Love it out there.
Shout out to the 305.
Hey. Yeah, no, I was like 305 area. So like I was born out there. So when you're talking about like the islands and stuff like that, the ocean, I'm like, yeah, no, that's like I feel that. I love it out there. Like it's just like I feel connected. I was talking to someone today. I was just like feel connected to like I don't know, just like being there at the ocean. You just like feel. Peace. I love it. That's just like. It's just the connection to like the bigger picture of like the world, the globe and shit like that. So like it's like we're not just like a city, like nothing against like cities. I love cities. I love Charlotte. I love Nashville. But like being next to the ocean, it's like a different. It's just a feeling. It's the whole thing. But like, yeah, no, absolutely. But like, so I was born out there. Moved out to like Harrisburg, Concord border area. I live like a mile down the road from the Speedway. So like I'm right over there. And then we moved out there when I was 4, and then I lived out there throughout high school, went to college out in Nashville, Tennessee, moved out there in 2011 and stayed there till last year, 2018, July is when I ended up like coming back out to Harrisburg area, and now I'm back out here. Been working, saving up, literally been working, saving until for this car, getting ready, because like my car broke down out there, so like I came back out here. My dad came out, like helped get the car towed out here, like towed the car back out here and everything, and like we ended up. And so, like, now I've been working, saving up, literally, like I said, had that money to get the car, and then DWI fuck up. And so now I'm back kind of, not at square one, because, like, I have, like, a good little thing going. I have, like, my setup. I have everything I built up. I have, like, a nice network out here now. So, like, but it just is what it is. I'm prepared to step up for that. So, but, like, that's where I'm at right now. That's kind of, like, where everything's kind of culminated to. And so I'm excited because, like, the thing is, like, I know I'm not going to allow myself to stay down. I'm not going to allow myself to just like wallow around and be like, oh man, I don't have all this shit. But like, it's like I'm prepared to work and do what I got to do to get the car to be able to get that. And then because like it's like I don't know, it's like you're having the car is freedom. Like having the ability to go anywhere is freedom. Right now I'm depending on family, I'm depending on everything like that, and it's just like fuck. So like I want my freedom. I want my independence. I want my I just want that ability to be like, yo, I want to go here, and I'm gonna go here. So like,
trust me, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Or bust something down in the backseat. That's also an option.
What's that?
What? Bust something down in the backseat.
Whoa, somebody speaking for personal experience.
Talking about the backseat bangers, baby.
Backseat bangers for you too.
So my question to you is, when did you start with music?
Man, I started playing guitar when I was 7. My family said you're either doing sports or music. You're picking one or the other.
You said fuck sports.
Damn, that sounds like you came from the hood.
I hated
Rapper go to the league.
Man, my family was like in like the bad area of Miami and shit. Like they took me out of there because like we lived in like not the projects or anything like that, but like we were in like a little duplex. There were like gunshots and shit outside the neighborhood and shit. It was like poor area of Miami.
What area, like Hialeah?
I've asked my family. I forget the name of it. I always forget the name of the area, but like it was like a little duplex area. And my grandma owns that duplex that we own now. I think it's like become a better area now, but I really forget. It was South Miami, somewhere out there. I know that, but
Alapata somewhere.
Somewhere, man.
Shit goes down.
I don't know, but it wasn't like the rough area out there. I know that, but like it was definitely like not a good. They didn't want to raise their kid out there, so like I remember being in preschool in Miami and shit like that. So I loved it out there.
7 years old.
Yeah,
started
playing guitar.
It was just guitar straight up, nothing before that. No.
It was straight guitar, yeah.
Straight guitar. That's crazy because I always wanted to learn how to play some type of instrument. I never learned ever. I mean, I did sports, so I did baseball, swimming, martial arts, stuff like that.
It's never too late.
I mean, it's not. Still do it. Yeah. I can. I mean, my hands hurt all the fucking time. I probably have arthritis now, but you know,
Pornhub, G. I told you about that.
Maybe like they need to be like stretched out, you know?
Forearm
crunches. There you go. Overuse.
Forearm crunches.
So guitar, do you play any instruments now?
I can alternate, bro.
I can play like I can figure out piano stuff like that. I play drums. I played trumpet throughout middle school, high school, band, marching band, all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Marching band?
Yeah, no, I love marching. What'd you play? What'd you march?
Alto sax.
Alto sax. Okay, word. Hell yeah. No, marching band was incredible. I love that. It was such a like just fun period of time.
Yeah.
And it's like you have all these people like just thrown together, just like I don't know. It was just a great time. It was fun.
Well, I want to know what artists that you listen to or who influenced you in your music.
I listen to everything, everyone, everything.
Do you have a favorite or a favorite genre or anything?
Honestly, just everything. Like it just depends on like I cycle through things. So like
exactly like me. I do the same exact.
Exactly.
Some days I feel like listening to dubstep. Some days I listen to rap. Some days I listen to rock. It just depends.
Absolutely, I feel
that's
that.
me also because you've seen how I am. I'll listen to 80s rock. I'll listen to R&B, or then I'll go ahead and listen to some shit that nobody never heard of.
I take my Pandora and put it on shuffle. So
I love Pandora.
You'll hear like bounce that, and then you'll hear Beethoven.
That's how you be feeling?
Yeah.
You being there twerking to Beethoven too?
Oh man.
No, not the Beethoven. That's when I get like real serene. I start reflecting.
You get like that trap beat over the da na 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 na.
Y'all playing. You ain't busting on the beat.
Get a little clap. Da na 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 na.
Hey, bounce. Hey.
Damn. Where's our... Damn, we need our music man here.
Then track him on Beethoven on the beat.
Got his first part over there.
Exactly.
Real trap shit.
I called you the twerk partner over there.
Exactly. But nah, that's what's up though. I mean, it's good to at least see, like, you know, I hate when people are like, well, I just listen to rap. Like, bro, like you gotta listen to other things because a lot of the rap music has been sampled from everything else. So I'll go ahead and listen to a song like, let me go ahead and see where this song's been sampled from because I know it's been sampled. Go back and listen to the original. I'm like, yeah, I like the original better. Yeah. Like, it just sounds better. I'm like, all right, I can deal with this. And then, you know, with certain music, I like to listen to instruments. I like to listen to that band aspect to it. Yeah. Instead of listening to somebody, I took this and I put these drum snare. I'm like, nah, I want to hear somebody actually playing the drums or actually playing the guitar. You know, stuff like that. Like, I've been listening to the Doobie Brothers probably like for the past couple of weeks now. Like, I fuck with them heavy.
That's dope.
Oh, yeah. Michael McDonald.
Put me on. What do I need to listen to? Like, what do I need to listen to from them? Put me on. Like, where do I start?
Start at the album Minute by Minute.
Minute by Minute. All right, word.
It's dope because Michael McDonald, that's when he was on there. He had the vocals. Do you know who Michael McDonald is?
Are you looking at me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I do.
That is my guy. Yo, I thought he was black for the longest. I'm like, oh, shit, you white dude? Yeah. I'm like, he killing it. Yo, Michael McDonald is the guy. Yo, that whole album is dope to me. Like, it is dope.
What time era were the Doobie Brothers from?
What is this?
70s?
70s, okay.
70s.
Hell yeah.
Mid, well, shit. Probably.
Oh, that's that dude?
Yes.
You seen that? Got that guy just...
Yeah.
Does he have a song with Anita Baker?
No, Patti LaBelle.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
On My Own.
Are the Doobie Brothers the same ones that had, like, the movie? Is that because like wasn't there a whole movie like the Doobie Brothers, like the suit and ties and like the black hat or something, like the black bowler round hat?
No, you're thinking about the Blues Brothers.
The Blue. Oh, okay, that was the movie. That was the movie. Okay, okay, cool. I always get that mixed up in my head. I've always like associated that as the same thing.
Get a chance, listen to the Doobie Brothers. You know, they dope. They have this whole thing where it kind of goes from this R&B funk type, then it kind of has a little hard rock little type to it, and it kind of almost has like this country rock. Yeah, like they go through that whole genre effortlessly, like all of them. So I think you would dig it. Like,
that's dope. Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, no, I love everything. I love old school. I love. I know you follow me on Instagram, so I mean I know you see what I do, but I also like do production beats. I do my own rap stuff. I do. Oh shit! I do singing. What's your stage name? Stevie Does Life. Stevie Does Life for everything. Okay. I've actually won this is no lie. I've actually won $1,000 between 2 separate rap competitions in Memphis. Like I've like done shit out there. Like freestyle? No, it was like performance competitions, like showcases and shit like that. That's a whole fucking thing. I would love like I've been waiting for a platform to talk about like the crazy fucked up world of showcases in the rap world and shit like that. Because like I've done those. I've traveled around. I've bounced around and like performed at that scene, like the ones that are like fucked up and rigged and shit, like where they obviously like something's weird going on, some weird shit. You're not. Have you seen some shit within there?
Yeah, like Joe
I've been involved.
Yeah, he's been with everything. So.
Yeah, Joe. That's Joe of all trades, right there.
Yeah, that's Joe of all trades, right.
He's like, yeah, man. I was Run DMC's manager at one time.
Joe done had more jobs than years he had on his Earth, dog.
That's an experience.
I've been working for 46 years.
Goddamn. In the womb.
Plotting.
I was basically
right now
in the womb. No, I'm just saying I have fair experience with showcases. I used to manage strippers and.
You managed strippers? You was just gonna glaze over that?
That's cool. That's awesome.
Nah, look. Camp artist. He told us about it. I forgot he never talked to y'all about it.
Is that cold for being a pimp?
I thought about that. I was like, am I allowed to like say some hip shit? Like, am I like putting down sex workers by saying some shit? But no, that's hilarious.
Technically, no. But yeah, you just organizing events, going parties. It's easier to get strippers from. I've got it from all over the country.
It's a man. You're a manager. You're a manager at that point.
Yeah. We had 100 at one time.
Wait a minute.
What?
Is it like an entertainment company that you like, or like, you know what I'm saying?
No, it was me and my boy on the strip club. We just did it together.
Oh, okay.
We had a big club in Brooklyn. So we had
That's
a
dope.
club called Amazon.
So y'all would bring women there to like.
Basically, it's something called Greek Fest in
wow,
Jones Beach in New York. So they have one in Atlanta too.
We got one in Texas too.
Yeah, so the Greek Fest for New York. So what we would do was for the big showcases we would organize women from Cincinnati, all over the country.
Nasty.
And they would play a tip-out fee. We'd be 100 women there. Mm-hmm. And we would have an artist there. Like we had DJ Joyce there, we had Fuck Flex there. Mm-hmm. At the time when Rough Riders was there, we had Rough Riders there. So we have these groups, and we bring the women in, and then they would just keep everything they made in tips. And then Amazon can hold like 3,000 people. So we just did that. That was but outside of that, we did little private stuff. Outside of that, that was just when I was in college.
Joe.
After I grew up, I stopped that.
But
yeah,
but anything, hold on. Anything over 50% is pimping.
That's what it is. Anything over 50. Okay.
It's like the
so no, I
like legal.
Yeah.
But I thought
Joe was like,
legal
I was
in
at
general.
48.
I was right over that. Yes.
If you're, cause like, hold on. What's the word I'm looking for? What are they called when they're not hookers? It was like legal
Escorts.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you're helping an escort and you take 49%, you good. You take 50%, you're a pimp. Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
I just learned something new.
That's interesting.
But yeah, like my only real thing with music. That's how I got into that because I was, doing A&R work in New York, and I met a singer, and he was supposed to be doing some soundtrack for this independent film. Back in the 90s, like there was no YouTube,
right?
A Netflix movie. It was just you either got distribution from a big film company or you just did nothing.
Right.
So
it was case.
So I kind of fell into that because we're out hanging out all the time, and then you hanging out with everybody. You're hanging out with people that sell coke. You're hanging out with people that own strip clubs, and you just start talking and like, yo, let's make this money while we waiting for this to happen. Mm-hmm. So just being around people like my nephew was big into music, and we would,
it don't make sense.
Be at Mercury Records, and like my nephew now, I can't get him there because you know how, like one of my sisters, she's a little disrespectful to me, like just saying, you know what, I got married, you know how big sisters are, like, act like they know what you should do in your life. So we started having conflicts with that, even though we were cool before we got married. Like people don't know, like when little brothers get married, even your nieces and your sisters can act like they're like
trying to step in.
Yeah, they have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Even especially when a woman is a good woman. Like when it's a bad woman, they're fine. Mm-hmm. But when it's a good woman, they're like, oh, what's the hell wrong with you, right? So basically, her son, who's 18, who is a great beat maker and one of the best rappers I've heard. It's like she's trying to stop that from happening just to make a point. Word. But like I would have him here in a heartbeat. But like people like you, people like the guy that comes here all the time, Terrell, like just his acumen and all of that. It's great. So yeah. So.
Is your nephew still 18 or how old is he?
He's 18. He lives in something, South Carolina.
Tell him to keep going.
Yeah. So he's in something. So it's like yeah. I mean, he's doing this thing. Yeah. In fact, he's on Instagram. I'll give you information. But he showed us a beat. We want to buy it off the top. So it's like he's great, except my sister's like, oh, you got a problem with me. So now she's not saying it out loud, but I can tell. I know.
Yeah.
She's like
picking up that vibe with it.
You can't go out there now, like shit like that. So,
yeah. Dang.
Yeah. But keep, like you said, keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
We'll talk afterwards.
I'm with it.
Oh shit.
We'll connect. This is what we about, guys.
It's all about it.
Come together.
Networking. You build, you grow. It's like my thing is like I always want to see like what does someone do that like I can't do, because it's like what do you do that I can't do, and what can I do that you might not be able to do? How can we come together? We're all like on the same path. If we're all on the same goal for what we're trying to reach, how can we help each other? Like it's that's just the way shit grows. Like I've tried the whole doing your shit on your own. And it's like you can't.
That shit don't work.
Like I mean, like you can do so much, but like you're going to be drained. You're going to be just exhausted. Half the time, it's not going to be as good of a product. And it's like
that way.
You can't spread yourself thin like that. You gotta distribute. You gotta delegate. So.
I know.
True.
And once you have the right team, once you have the right people there, like like okay, cool, this is the group, this is it. Like you can do whatever after that. So
yeah, true indeed.
I'm not there yet.
It happens. It's
we not the group right here?
No, y'all are the group.
Oh, I was about to say.
No,
saying we not the right group.
I know, right? See, there you go.
I mean, if you took it if you took it that way, I mean, you know.
You about to leave us?
I'm not there yet. That's what he said.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm saying we're a bunch of pimps and you bad as well.
No, but y'all a bunch.
Are they your finale?
Oh no, I mean,
Mr. Right Now.
I mean, y'all are a bunch of Otises. Just saying.
First of all, people coming to see me.
Everybody come see you, Otis.
Shit. Like you talking about?
You ain't nothing with David Ruffin. That's some fake tips.
Just some tips in search of a David Ruffin. He played that part though. He did. Every time I look at him now, I just be like, David.
What about you, Blue? Is that how you feel, Blue?
Whatever you
say, Otis.
Have you seen the movie Temptations?
No, I haven't.
Okay, listen,
you
have to watch Temptations.
It sounds like you're like you're looking at Jamie Foxx or something like
that. There's a bunch of people that you don't know except for the dude Leon. That's it.
You probably don't know.
Yeah, Leon.
He's been in. You ever seen that movie Cool Runnings?
Oh, that
nah.
Yeah, you
talking
about
Cool
Runnings?
I love that show.
Leon, I think wait,
Five Heartbeats? Is that a movie?
Yeah.
Here's what you do. This is your homework. All right?
All the black people movies to watch.
Here with the blacks, all right?
Yes.
You need 2 movies you gotta watch just because they're great, right? The 5 Heartbeats and the Temptations.
I work.
Yeah.
The 5 Heartbeats first.
Yes.
He's in both, by the way.
And what was that movie with Sylvester Stallone where he's like a rock climber and shit? Leon was
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, you ever seen it?
Nah.
Oh.
He might not be a movie buff.
I've never been a big movie person, honestly. Yeah.
I can see that.
I don't know.
I like sitting down at movies. I love going to the movie theater. I love going and doing shit like that. Like I like being in the experience of sitting down at a movie. Like
he's like other than that.
No, I've been watching a lot of documentaries recently. I have been YouTube documentaries and shit like that. I love I love Vice. Yes,
that's my shit.
I
had to stop watching it though because I watched the first 2.5 seasons back to back, and I just thought the entire world was gonna end tomorrow, so I had to stop.
It's some wild shit out there.
I had to stop. I was like,
that's why I don't watch documentaries.
The world is gonna end.
So quick note.
Too much. We gonna die. It don't matter.
Quick note. So I'm getting my grandmother. We got her a smart TV last week, right? So she's out here. I'm cool. Whatever. She got the Hulu shit for the streaming. She's trying to do the streaming.
Nice.
Not the
So
streaming.
we're trying to figure out
just got cable.
what her favorite channels might be, right? So I get all the way down. I see Viceland. I'm like, Grandma ain't fucking with Viceland. She's like, oh no, I watched that. What to do? Action Bronson. I'm like,
yo, she watched that.
I'm like,
shit.
I'm like, that's delicious.
Yo,
my mom loves that shit.
Yo,
I love that shit.
My mom likes it. I'm like, what are you watching Action Bronson for?
Yo, she loves that dude, Maddie Matheson. She loves what's his name, Maddie Matheson.
Yeah, Maddie's stupid.
Yo, she was like, yeah, he looks like he's terrible, but he was making some food. It looked good. I was like, I'm like, Grandma. She's like, what is this? What is Bon Appetit? I was like, Bon Appetit. I was like, Grandma.
No, it's Bon Appetit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's called Bon. Yeah, it's supposed
to cook with weed.
Yeah, I was like, she was like, oh, okay. So shout out to you, Grandma.
Nah, I love that, the Munchies, Action Bronson shit. I love that shit. Yeah.
My mom like Action Bronson. She's like, look at this beard. That's all you notice, man. Like that, none of the weed he's smoking.
No, she don't care about that.
She see past that.
Oh, dab all day.
I smoked weed back in the day.
When it gets legal. Now my mom, she said, even my dad said my mom never smoked weed. My dad, he smoked.
My mama stayed high. She was high in her high school graduation picture. It was black and white, and you could still tell.
It was black and white, her eyes was red. You like, damn, I thought this shit was black and white.
There's too much smoking in that
He did smoking on some tweets.
Smoking on them reefers?
Yep. Rolling up the reefer papers. The white ones.
That shit just smell good, though. I'm just saying. Back in the 80s weed, the 70s weed,
What I can imagine.
That smell was.
Yo, I can imagine Joe right now. He's like, "Yo, what's up, brother?" Pass me that over here.
He used to manage weed deals too.
And then he's like, "Yeah, man, let me go ahead and tell y'all about."
So I was at the library, right?
God damn it, we
I was a good kid.
I remember when I was a kid, in my everybody in my family smoked. My mom, grandma, all my uncles.
Yeah.
So I used to be in the car.
Your family.
Yeah, they don't really smoke like that no more. Back then, they used to smoke. I'd be in the car smoking this before people really knew about secondhand smoking shit like that. And I used to go to my dad. I knew what cigarette smoke. Like by the time I was 5, I knew what cigarette smoke was.
Oh yeah,
I used to go to my dad's house and spend a weekend with him. He'd be smoking. I'd be like, "What you smoking, Dad?" "Oh, this is cigarette." That don't smell like cigarette. My mama now be smoking.
What brand is this?
This that special tobacco. I go back to my mom and like, "Yeah, my daddy was smoking, but it ain't smell like your cigarette." She'd be like, "That motherfucker smoking weed." I'd be like, "Oh."
What up? He was on the.
I never heard that cigarette, Mama.
I'd be like, "Mama, his tobacco is green. I see that in your cigarettes, Mama." He wrote his cigarettes by himself. I thought yours come in a pack.
We're straight snitching.
No filter.
When I was like in like 9th grade or something like this, when I was like just getting into smoking weed and shit like that, and like figuring out like the first time I ever bought weed by myself and shit like that. I remember I brought it home. Yeah, exactly. It was like growing up.
Taking off the tricycles.
Yeah, exactly. The first time I bought weed, it was like on the school bus and shit, and like I was like, oh, I'm bringing weed, and like the first time. So like I didn't know that like I don't have a sense of smell first off. So like
Like you never had one?
Never. I was born without it. It's called anosmia.
So you eat spicy
that's
food.
So cool.
So can you taste?
I can taste, but I think it is lesser. I think it's lesser than some people because like I can tell like salty, spicy, sour, sweet. I have foods I like, foods I don't like, but like when I cook, sometimes I'll put like a little more seasoning on it, and like sometimes and people will be like, oh, it's like a little too much, and I'll be like, I think it's like perfect. So like like I can cook. I know what's like good. I'm not like a bad cook or something like that. But like what was it? So anyway, so I didn't realize how weed smell worked and all that shit. How like smoking weed smell like
you know what loud.
Yeah. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. This is not some loud shit. This is a mid CD shit that I brought up. Middle school. This is like KBG. Yeah, no, this is not some good. This is like freshman or 8th grade like CD weed and shit. But like I was bringing that home. Oh no, I remember it was like a little crusty, but like it was still a nuggie. It was still some nugs.
Crusty a nuggie?
Yeah.
Be like that.
Hey, but no. So I was so the first time. I thought I could smoke in my bathroom and like get away with it. Yeah, I thought I could just like turn on the little like vent and like it would like work. And like so like I did that and I think I did like the little like crushed soda bottle like bowl shit like that and just like with a little pop and shit and like I did that and then like I think I like opened the window a little bit and like let it out and then like closed it again. Then I was like, okay, cool, I'm good. It's not gonna smell or anything. Cause like the first time I smoked was like in my friend's room and like his family just didn't give a shit. They all smoked and shit. So like I was like, okay, cool. I guess I can like do this. So and like it won't last. And like so then my little brother, he's 6 years younger than me. He was probably like 10 or something at the time, probably 9 or something, 8 somewhere around there. And so like he goes into the bathroom and like I remember this vividly. Like I remember like I'm in my room like just chilling and like he's like, oh, it smells weird in here. Mom, what's this smell? Mom, he didn't know what was going on. He didn't know he didn't know he was snitching or he didn't know like what was happening. He was like,
you in trouble.
Yeah, he was like, why does it smell weird? Like and so
Phoebe went into the bathroom and now it smells weird.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so like she like confiscated my weed. We had like a whole talk and everything. But like that was like that was like the whole thing. So like that was
keep it.
No, she took it. She definitely took it.
Did you flush it?
Let me confiscate this for you. I'm gonna hold it for you. Don't worry about it.
I don't think she was. So she might have. No, she wasn't.
I remember when I used to smoke and way back in the day. By the way, I used to smoke.
You don't smoke anymore?
No, I can't.
But
when I used to smoke only blunts and shit, joints or whatever like everybody else. I didn't realize it was a different level to the smoking shit till the first time I hit a bone.
Yeah.
And then when I hit
that was
a
my
bone for the first time,
shit.
I was so fucking high. I was like,
bro, I don't like this.
Bro, I can hear my heartbeat, bro. What the fuck? I feel like fucking Craig on Friday. I was like, God damn, I didn't know it was levels to this shit.
That was my first time
had me in a ticket coop looking like Smokey.
So, I mean, I gotta. When I see most white people smoke, it seems like they smoke from bongs, bowls, stuff like that.
There's a white boy who introduced me to it.
Yeah, because like we just smoke blunts.
Yeah.
So I'm like, do y'all just not want to smoke blunts?
Yeah. You know what?
Or is it just like I'm like, I'd rather just smoke these bongs because fuck it.
Blunts were really weren't introduced to me. Like until like I started like hanging around like black people and shit. Really. So like I think like around like what I was doing, like we smoked joints like growing up and shit. Like we were joints. Like that's really what we did. Yeah. Like I learned how to roll a joint in high school and shit. And like that was like joints or like and mostly like a starter kit. Like little glass pipes. That was really like the main way.
But like all the Rastas that I knew growing up in Eastern New York, like they smoke out of chalices and bongs and shit like that. So like, I know about bongs, like you know what I'm saying? Like
I just know about rolling papers and blunts because my mom, she would send me to the store to go get some zigzags. So she like, give me a pack of Newport and it better be 100s. I'm like, all right, and some zigzags. And tell Poppy it's Tracy's. I was like, all right. It's all like,
did you know like what was happening at that time? Or?
I knew, but I didn't care. I was like, yo, when she was hot.
Oh yeah, you're buying zigzags, so you knew, yeah.
No, when she was hot,
like,
it was fun.
Yeah.
You know what? Because
like,
you know what, Mom?
like,
She would go cook and we would play games.
Oh, word.
Throw it away and shit. Like I was.
Damn, bro.
You were throwing it away like you didn't want her smoking?
Yeah, I didn't want my mom to smoke. I was sneaking, break her
cigarettes. Do you smoke now?
Do I?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
He sound like he asked him, so he be like, "Yo, bro, you know, after this show, we can go
hey,
raise one up."
Well, you know,
he like the boy, on
the flow. I want to try.
Get that edibles.
Just a small one, like a little.
He has a story about this.
Fuck you up.
I just had an edible the other day, not a whole one, like a half.
I never had an edible. I wonder how it is.
It was
the CBD one or regular?
No, it was.
No, he had the regular edibles, not CBD joints. The CBD joints, they don't have THC in it.
It's just chill.
Shit. But it had like I went directly to sleep.
Directly. Falling out your mouth and shit.
I'm gonna have the shit sit in my mouth like
that. You chewed a little bit more.
Hey, I remember one of the
last pass go directly to sleep. Not collect $20.
One of the last times I smoked, like a long time ago. This was
I love how you keep saying a long time ago.
Yep.
A long time ago. One of the last times I smoked, this is how I knew I needed to quit smoking. Cause I fucking with a white dude. Motherfucker put me on some shit called a vaporizer.
Oh yeah.
This motherfucker put the weed on like a plate and like it was like a tube or some shit. I hit the shit, but it wasn't no smoke.
Yeah.
Usually smoke to let you know you didn't inhale too much. And I was just inhaling, but it wasn't no smoke.
Oh,
but I was high as fuck. I'm like, God damn, what did you put in this shit?
Got smoke.
What did you remember? Was it like the big bag or was it like?
It was like a bag. It was like a bag.
Yeah, the volcano.
I don't know what the fuck it was.
That's volcano.
Look at there, guys. We are learning today.
Yeah, I'm gonna need them to have shit with smoke. That's how I know I inhaled too much. That shit don't have no smoke.
They have. I see now. They have the weed the weed infused wine. I was like, bro.
Oh, that sounds great.
I'm scared.
I'm good on that.
That sounds like a chill ass night.
When I went to Jamaica,
that's date night right there.
Red wine put me to sleep. Red wine with me. Bro,
girls
night throw it back at all, dog.
When I went to Jamaica, right? I was in Jamaica and we went to the Bob Marley Museum, right?
Oh shit!
Okay. Do you have to be high just to enter?
You have to be this high to enter.
Real talk.
Motherfuckers, we get to the museum. I couldn't smoke because obviously I was working for government stuff. Like, so we went across. They were selling the shit outside the place because it was illegal to sell it on the place. So we just
where is this?
In Jamaica.
Okay, cool.
So, dude. Like, it has a stall or whatever on the outside. We were with this whole group of tourists and stuff. He was like, oh, you know, you can buy the spliff for like $20. Oh, this shit is expensive as fuck.
He didn't say it like that, though.
Yeah, he didn't say it like that.
Go ahead and say it the way he said it.
Osmond's from Jamaica.
Okay, where?
Well, his family's from Jamaica.
I'm from Fort Lauderdale.
Word, okay, done, yeah.
But, is it? Hey, yo, man. Come over here, yo, man. We got some. We have a split right here, you know. We have some tea. we have the brownie them, you know. Come now. I do have the worst. Listen, that's why I suck. I suck.
What?
I think he might do better than Jamaica.
His other accents are really good, though.
Exactly. Listen, I I'm gonna admit to it. Yeah, my accent's bad. I'll admit to that. But I do. That was my curse growing up. But I can do everything else.
How you have a great creeper voice, but you suck at Jamaican accents?
Because he practiced creeper being fucking creep.
Can I hear it?
Yeah, we be at work doing that.
He got creeper voice.
Yeah, we all be at work just being creepy sometimes. Yeah. And people just what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Yeah.
My cousin got some of this stuff, right? So we in the damn area with, like, I guess Bob Marley's birds and stuff like that. And we're looking at the pictures, and everybody's kind of looking back and forth. And then we hear a boom. I was like, shit, what's that? I looked to the right, my cousin was on the floor. What? She just had a little bit of the brownie.
Oh, damn.
It was wild. I was like, yo, you alright?
What up? Somebody literally probably looked at him, Bumba!
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to
I was like, when we had to walk up the hill, I was like standing directly behind us. I do not want you to fall down off this hill.
Yeah, this one got brown shit.
That's like having coffee in Cuba. It's a no, dog.
It's marinated in the sunlight, perfect.
I would say if you like want to try the edibles, like I would almost suggest like start smoking first. Start with that. Have you smoked weed?
Smoke makes me nauseous. Any kind of smoke makes me nauseous.
But have you smoked weed before?
I can't
I'll get a cartridge next time. Next time I come out here, I'll bring a cartridge next time, and like you can hit that. It's not smoking. It's not like burning material. The cartridges are like it's like a little like plastic glass thing. Yeah, it's wax. It's wax, and it just heats up and like. Kind of like a vaporizer type deal. Yeah, exactly. Hey, yeah, exactly. All that shit.
But like, I don't know. I think Kid Pie, she'd be goofy. You're already kind of goofy. You'd be like super goofy.
It's very smooth. It
doesn't burn. Doesn't hurt. That'd be cute though. I'm like, oh,
now she'd be on some Kill Bill type shit. I don't want that shit.
You're so kind of like
shut your ass up. You gonna be out here just giggling?
She'd be on some Kill Bill type shit.
I
probably. It's chill.
I went to Cadillac when I was 12.
You saw Cadillac Records?
Yeah, I seen it.
When the dude Willie that played the what's that shit called?
Harmonica.
Yeah.
Well, she never drank, and then Muddy Waters said, "Here's try it." Then he started to drink. He started riding around with no motherfucking car doors. Like, if you started smoking, I think that might happen.
But I would make a logical argument as to why the doors are not necessary.
You would.
Yeah, you probably would. You would.
Yeah, she
I feel like you could get on like some like smart conversation.
Not outside.
You probably have like.
It might be 35 degrees out here, but I feel hot right now. So the air that's whipping by me will make me feel better, and you can mind your business. How about that? And my curls are popping.
Remember that movie? How High? When the principal ate that brownie?
Oh,
he was like, I got the munchies like a motherfucker.
You finish that shit next year.
I love how we started talking about weed.
It kind of pissed me off, yo. Like
what?
Like when I was cause I honestly didn't smoke when I was with TSA the whole 9 years I was at that fucking job. You know how much ass I fucked up because I didn't smoke? I just thought about shit like that's so goddamn mad.
Elaborate, please.
Chicks love to smoke. Most chicks who want to fuck something want to smoke.
Oh, so you'd be like, you're trying to come over and
they like,
smoke?
They be like, if I ask you to buy me a bottle, you got a bottle. Yeah, because I'm going to partake in that bottle. I'm not buying no weed. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, because most chicks smoke.
So you could have been, if you would have been willing to buy weed, you've been willing to buy weed without smoking it. You still.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not about to buy. For one thing, I don't know nobody that sells this shit, and I'm not showing up to the trap in my TSA uniform. Directly after work,
hey, what's up? What y'all got?
And I don't like getting weed for other people because it's never good enough. It's never enough. Like, oh, that's all he got. Yo, fuck out of here. Like, you didn't pay for nothing. Got the shiny bullshit ass bags don't mean nothing to nobody. Fuck out of here, yo.
God damn.
You don't smoke? Like,
but what Ajay is saying is true. Like, if I smoke, my count would go with. Maybe it's a good thing I don't smoke. Because
So you be like, "What's up? You trying to match one?" And then they,
yo, that be.
I just learned what that meant.
See, I respect it if they match one. That mean they got their own shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's
if you trying to match one,
shit,
then
you
I'm
got your
with
shit.
you.
That mean you got your own shit. But a lot of them be like,
you know, before I was in a relationship,
so
right? Shout out to my cousin Step. My cousin Step will always like, hey, dog, man, I got these bitches, bruh. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Man, I'm gonna bring them over, but bruh, them bitches, they smoke, bruh. I know you don't smoke, bruh. I'm like, number one, first, why are you so excited about it? And number two, like, bruh, you can still bring them over. I drink. Man, that shit gonna seem weird though, bruh, cause you don't even smoke. Weird. Because I don't let people smoke in my house either.
Oh,
so now everybody's gonna smoke on a balcony. I'm just sitting there like.
I'll go outside the balcony.
Yeah, I'll go outside the balcony.
Nah, I mean, it'd be cold. See, he always had the bitches when it was cold. I'm like, bro, I'm not going outside.
You don't got no summer bitches?
Summer bitches is different from winter bitches.
Yeah, I love it. You know why I love the summer bitches?
I'm hibernating right now.
I'm about to say, summer bitches come with the sundresses, okay? Summer bitches is on a whole nother level.
Bitches come with leaning Uggs.
Yeah.
You got Fozzie Bear on your feet.
Waka waka.
Why you gotta be leaning?
Nah.
Lean with it.
Got both legs.
Lean with it. Rock with it.
Her daddy was part of the friend.
They have jean skirts with Uggs. Like, listen, you cold or warm? Let me know.
My legs don't really get warm. I mean, they don't get cold. Well, my legs don't get
there's
cold.
no rational
my legs don't get
explanation
cold.
for that.
No, seriously, my legs don't get cold. Like,
you're
they
like
gotta
the
be
one
cold,
woman.
cold.
You're like the one girl that like.
I feel cold here, but my legs just don't.
Girls have cold feet. Why are y'all's feet always cold?
I know guys with cold feet too. That's not just the.
I feel like it's like a thing.
Medically speaking, it usually means poor circulation, but
girls are always like, "Oh, I put my feet on your feet." Like,
that's
right. Yeah.
I just got to a point where I could let someone put their feet on me because. At one point, I was like, "Yo, you tripping? Like, we can cuddle, but you gotta bring your knees back. Like, don't touch it.
That'd be the worst cuddler ever.
Don't touch me with your feet. That shit is
you wrap your arms around.
That's why she needs to smoke.
You need to smoke. That's some uptight cuddling.
Cuddle without feet touch.
Bro, that man trying to cuddle. The whole point of cuddling is so he can get as close as he can with you and put his dick on your butt, and you out here worrying about.
Listen, I will hit the angle so you can do all of that. Just keep your feet off of me.
That shit gonna be awkward.
Listen, I've gotten better with one person, and that's it.
Our feet get cold too sometimes, though.
I mean, shit. That's why they make socks.
Damn.
No, you can't say that.
See, how can I trust
females? They get mad when you keep your socks on. Right? You got your socks on.
Oh, that don't bother me none. I appreciate the socks being on.
Like 42 degrees.
That don't bother me at all.
Yo,
but I hate chicks with cold cribs with the hardwood floors, and that shit be cold as fuck when you put your feet on them.
Son,
you gotta have carpet.
But have you heard of like how if you have like your socks on when you're like fucking, it's like. Your stamina is better. The circulation.
Yeah.
No, seriously, that's what it is.
You have socks on?
What you gotta do?
I take my socks off.
No, I'm with you. I like to just make it.
You have socks on now.
So this is what you're supposed to do. While you beating up them yeeks from the back, right?
Okay.
And you got the socks on, and you beating, right?
And the yammers is going.
The yammers is flopping. They all over the place. They out here like
to varying degrees.
And looking like that cartel.
Degrees.
Flailing arm and tootable,
Yeah.
So while you beating up the yeeks from the back, this is what you do though. When you got the socks on, you gotta go ahead and rub your feet.
Shocker.
If he shocked you, she's like, "Oh my god,
static shock."
So when she be hitting, when she hit you with the "oh yeah," you be like, "Oh shit, I got her." You hit her with the shock. That's because you're shocking her. It works and it tingles the clitoris.
Wait.
The penis.
I'm not even trying.
You don't have the name.
Static shock with your dick.
It's shocking.
I feel electricity with regular orgasms, so
Thank
I'm
you.
good.
Thank you.
Black light.
So do you call that shock cock? Oh.
Yeah, that's shock cock. Yeah, exactly.
Put it in the shot.
Yeah, what if that was like a superpower? You could shoot electricity out your dick.
Oh, I have that.
Oh.
Shauna Prince.
I'm not joking about that.
Hey, but you know the only thing though, I've had a bad experience with fucking with socks on, like hitting the chick on the edge of the bed when she got hard. Yeah, they got the hard.
They got the hard.
Yeah, look like James Brown and shit. Feel like trying to foot.
That's when you gotta stand still and let her
Yo,
do it.
you know that? Y'all know that? Yo, y'all know that video?
Take your boots on.
Y'all know that? Yo, y'all know that video?
All
The
the
guy that was
floors.
shitting
New York
on
City,
shit?
Pop it.
I fuck with Tim Hortons and a James Sport backpack.
Did y'all see that video? Did y'all see that? Wait.
I'm sorry.
Y'all see that video of the guy that was shoveling the snow, whatever? He started slipping. You didn't see that shit?
That's what you stopped us for.
These motherfuckers. Did you see it, Sean?
What the blood clot?
None of them saw this shit.
Hey, bro, you gotta start screening his jokes for him.
Oh my god.
No, I'm sure it was hilarious. But right now, I'm laughing at the image of
Motherfucker was trying
John's
to
small
shovel the
body.
snow and then he was like slipping on the snow. I was just gonna put that with the damn whatever job shit.
Oh, so like you
explaining
putting
it,
on ice.
making it less funny, yo.
Obviously, I
Take
had
the
to
L.
myself
Take the L. Put the mic down.
We love you, Osmond.
Put the mic right there.
No, I'm not putting it down.
Look at it.
Hey, which one is
Reason
it?
to say
Yo, but if I were a superhero and I could like shoot static out my dick, I'd be Static Cock.
Static Cock?
Don't start him on that shit. Start him on that shit. He's gonna be throwing that shit out.
You know, I was when I would watch what's the movie? What's the vampire movies?
Kill Bill.
No.
Or wait, no, that's not vampires.
With Edward and the other one.
Twilight.
Like his whole body is cold, so I was like, "Is that like fucking a popsicle?" Like I was just trying to understand, like.
Yeah, so like it's his dick cold too.
Yeah, is it cold?
Yeah.
I mean, because the occasional ice cube is not bad, but like I don't know if I would just want a cold penis all the time.
The ice cube?
You like it?
Not
like rubbing ice cube down there and shit. Okay,
cool
I have heard of it. But like I don't know.
It's the same thing. Like if you drink a
I've heard of like the ice cube in the mouth. I've heard of ice cube in the mouth.
Yeah.
But I haven't like just straight up rubbing an ice cube.
I mean, you gotta start like from the
intimately
side, work it. Yeah,
rub an ice cube on your clit.
So a few times, right? Okay. I like blindfolding people, right?
Right.
I'm done. Let me get out of
here.
Now try this whenever you got.
So John blindfold somebody, they get real quiet, they kick on the door like, "You run that shit, son."
I would do that on birthdays.
Like they joke on the news and be like,
"Yo,
blindfolded me."
One time, right? So in the middle of the session, I played inside, right? So we started, foreplay, right? So this is when I was a bachelor.
Alright.
When I was in New York, I was a bachelor.
Alright, word. Running strip club shit.
But not at that time. I had children. I couldn't do that.
Alright.
Okay. So
I had my kids to the strip club.
I didn't have children when I was doing
I thought you said you had children.
I can't have daughters and do that. I did that before I had children. Then I started living a better life.
Good for you. Congratulations. No, absolutely.
So what I did was, the Swiffer brooms?
Wait,
the handles?
what?
The Swiffer handles.
I need to leave.
The Swiffer handle?
Yeah.
The green part.
I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this because it's kind of
So I took it off, right? So I cleaned it, and then I put it into the freezer, right?
Oh, man.
Bye, Joe.
I know this is not going to go where we think it's going.
Nah, keep going.
I put it in the freezer. So so now you're doing the thing for about 45 minutes, an hour, whatever, or for some it could be 5 minutes, however long you got, right? So it's hot.
I like how you look at him when you say
it's warm.
For 5 minutes.
But then you gotta make sure they're blindfolded, right?
Oh,
nobody's gonna think you're gonna do this, right?
True.
So I took the Swiffer out the freezer, the handle, and I put the Swiffer handle in the joint.
What? What's the joint, sir?
In the pussy.
Right in the pussy?
As Osmond would say.
Right in the pool.
Yo, right in the pool. Yo, that shit works.
Does it have like the finger ridges? Is that what you're talking about though? Is that like my
Yeah. You don't put that.
It's rich for her pleasure though.
I just put it in there a little bit, like just a little bit, just for the cold heat.
Hey, baby,
thing, and go back to it, and and then it increases it seems to increase the pleasure after that.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Did you tell her what you did after?
That's the point. You don't tell her. Nobody's gonna think
you'd be like, what?
It's blindfold. So you're real quiet. I lit
like I stuck my dick in the freezer for a while.
I'll be right back. But you gotta have a nice, quick
motion,
like a nice 15 minutes straight of good shit.
Of Swiffer fucking.
Then when they're like, on the bed.
Speaking to the mic, Joe.
How did you come up with this?
Because I'm crazy. Only crazy people.
Hey, I got a question.
You're right.
I got a question. How many Magnums and Power Pluses did you drink when you did this?
How many what?
One Magnum.
It's a drink. Magnum was involved.
Yeah,
it's a Jamaican drink.
Yeah.
One Magnum, that's it.
Okay.
Right, just one.
This episode is probably the most.
I thought he was saying the Swiffer thing and wrap it on his dick and shot his fuck out.
What are we going to name this?
I just say much more, but I ain't gonna
name it Swiffer Dick.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
To name this episode Swiffer Dick?
No, the name of this episode is Swiffer Stiffer.
Set him off, man.
Thank you. That's it. Hold on. Let me write this down. So look, when we send it to okay, yeah. Yep.
Gotta try that.
I'm gonna put it on my bucket list.
Oh gosh, that's interesting.
Or should I say fuck it list?
Hey. But
I hate both of you. You know what? I thought we had so many important things.
Shit to talk
Fuck
about.
that. We're not talking about nothing important today. Fuck this. We about to just be ignorant, yo.
So you don't do feet then? You don't do feet then?
I do not.
Is that classified as feetophobia or?
I was with the girl
I'm not scared of them. I just don't. Yeah, that's a no. I've actually had a guy he was in it. I was like, yes, I'm thoroughly enjoying this, and he put my toes in his mouth. I was like, whoa.
Word.
What the fuck are you doing? Like, I just have a thing about feet. It's just
Wait, the giant what?
Maybe you saw so many feet.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Code Swiffer.
Wait, what?
You slept alone in your own bed?
Huh?
You slept in your own bed?
You gotta put the blindfold on.
When I had a bed, yes.
When you had a bed?
Yeah.
Damn.
So did you ever have to sleep with other people in the bed?
No. Not really. Unless we were all at my uncle's house, all my cousins. You sleep on the room floor and shit.
I'm just trying to figure out. I have a soft foot.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
I do. Yeah.
So,
but a good foot has to be.
I'm not actively looking to suck toes, but
if it's a nice pair,
I'm not gonna stop her. I guess.
Like one time I was with a young lady and I never saw her feet before we had sex. Usually I make a point to make sure I see them.
Okay. Marcus from Boomerang.
No, you got that hammer time?
It don't have to be done, but it can't be half done. It can't be
you can't just lick the tip of the toe.
Yeah, it better be clean, or done. How some people have 3 weeks and then get a pedicure, but they ain't put the polish off yet.
Okay.
Either have it shit clean off or done. Okay. But that's not the most important part. My thing is the bunions.
Yeah.
And this, I guess she's wearing heels throughout college or something. So
probably ran track.
So she did something. It was just bunions. It was just
girls who run track.
Feet was done. I don't know what she did.
Yeah,
I was asking those questions.
Yeah, that too.
But because she had bunions, I realized that when I saw her feet, I had to think about other things to keep my.
Yeah, man.
But
you still went for it.
Yo.
Of course. I
was scared from that. I only got the pussy.
I was actively doing it.
But you're right.
But I took off her socks.
No, I'm saying.
I do that when I take off socks when. See, you take off socks herself? Yeah, I do that. See, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm with you.
Right?
I suck my toe too.
Take them off slowly. You be like,
I reciprocated it. I never started it. But when she sucked my toes, I was like, okay, we're here, okay. And this is my first girl I ever did it.
Exactly.
I couldn't fuck a girl with ugly feet.
No, exactly.
No matter how fat that ass is, pretty her face is.
I mean, if she had fucked up, crusty,
you put them socks
but
on.
You know what? I have a thing too. It's not feet. Well, I don't really pay attention to guys' feet, but if their legs are smaller than their body, if they have the really skinny legs, I can't fucking do it, dog. That shit be weird as fuck to me. For real.
Prison niggas.
I feel like you're a man from the waist up, and you a 9-year-old kid waist. It's that shit weird as fuck.
It's gotta bullshit.
No,
I'm gonna
tell this one story.
You ever seen Deadpool?
I'm gonna tell this one story. So we anywho, I was in college. I was single and I was having fun. Let me preface with that.
Yeah, you gotta say that.
So met this guy at the club. Nice little stature, you know what I'm saying? Has some business by itself. Okay, cool. We chatting it up or whatever. He's like, you should come by. I was like, all right, word. Instead of going to church, I went to him. So we get there or whatever. I already knew what I was there for. So
holy cock.
Absolutely, he did like for this to be like our first session. Like it was amazing. Like just he did the damn thing.
Oh, he had Joe playing in the background. Not you, Joe, but the other Joe.
Music was unnecessary. It was. I mean, you'd have thought it was Niagara Falls in there. He was doing it. I was like, yes, shit. Like he gonna get this again and again. Like that was my thinking. He got up.
I had a dive.
You know, in the country, when you find those twigs with the big knots on the side, like it's like that's how his legs look. They look like twigs with big knots, and he was not me, and I was like,
oh man, shit. That's for balance. Shit.
So wait, like, how long did it take you to notice he had like fucked up legs?
I didn't notice until he stood up.
All right, word.
Yeah, I didn't notice until he stood up. Because I mean, I was focused on other things while we was doing that. Yeah, and I was like.
What? I got a question.
Oh shit! So,
I got a question.
What?
You didn't give him no head or nothing, did you?
Nah.
That's why you didn't notice it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you would have gave him some head, you would have noticed it. You'd be like, "This so not." She be like this. Yo, she be like, "Yo, this nigga got knocked knees."
Have you ever seen Deadpool 2?
Like, it literally looked like my arms, but like if my elbow was swollen into it, like weird, dog.
Wait, that's his knees?
So yeah, it was his knees, and he had like big feet. It was a lot. So I was like,
like a duck.
It's proportional ass legs.
I was like, oh my god.
That motherfucker was built like
it looked like it hurt for him to stand. Like that's how it looked. And he was like, all right, well, I'm about to hop in the shower. You know, you want to hop in with me? And I was like, I think I'm gonna just wash the sink because in my head I was like, he got dreads.
Whore bath.
And like, what if the water with his body weight get too heavy and his knees give out? I just don't want to. I want to be a part of it.
Bravo and shit.
My man.
Long story short, I watched him at the sing and I left his ass right there. And that was probably.
You left him?
I left him there, and that was one of the top penises I had while I was at Mercer. Like, it was the fucking bomb, but I could not go back. I would not respond to him. I wouldn't text him. I saw this nigga in the club one night, and he texted me, and I looked at the phone. I did not respond. I can't
He's really confused. You know.
You should have
know why.
Yeah. You should have let him know.
He's horrible at sex now because you fucked him up, yo.
Yeah.
Mentally,
like, what's up? So it's all visual. It's all visual.
So he changed his whole game plan. He's like, well, let me start off. He had the correct playlist. Now he just wiped all that shit out. Like, because I heard, he's like, fuck that. I'm gonna
this man curated the perfect environment, the perfect time, everything.
I got a question. So when you text him, he say, "Hey man, you come get some of this third leg tonight?" Oh, he didn't say that.
No, he was like, I'm gonna call you Miss Wet Wet, and I just didn't respond.
You ever seen Deadpool 2?
No,
when he had the baby leg? That's how it was.
That's how I was like, bro, I can't do it. Like, I can't fucking do it.
Boy had Tommy Pickle legs, bro.
I can't. That's exactly what they were.
Damn.
That's Tommy Pickle, bro.
I couldn't fucking do it, dog.
The Rugrats legs.
I was done. Like, it turned me completely off.
Were they like out or in?
They were in, dog. Like, if I can.
Yeah. Like, no, I get the visual. I get that picture. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it was a lot.
That's wild.
So the moral of the story is
skip leg day.
He should have blindfolded you.
Oh no, I gotta really know you to let you blindfold me. I ain't with that like that.
So why are you blindfolded?
I gotta trust you to let you blindfold me. Yeah, I gotta trust you, dog. I ain't with that.
You probably destroy that man's life somewhere.
It'd be funny as hell whoever this dude is listen to this episode.
Listen,
that's why she ain't called
if
me
you're
back.
listening, I mean that's why, dog. You had A1.
But you know what though?
I just
in his mind, he's still like, I fuck.
He did, and guess what? He had a good time, and as did I. I'm not taking away from the game. He did that shit, but I just couldn't.
I mean, am I right to say the first time he may not have known he was going to get it, so he really didn't have every nasty thing in his mind to do.
Oh, yeah,
but that second time is when
he was going to
do all the nasty shit that we have now.
Yeah,
am I right or no?
Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, if I get another time?
Second time?
Yeah. That's when you get fingers in your butt, all types of shit. Like you get choked from where I'm hitting you from the back, all that shit. Like that's what happens from the second time. Like the first time, you get regular casual, like
I just couldn't do it the second time.
It's a casual.
I couldn't.
He like,
not me.
How is this? Second time, it's like, yo, I'm gonna put you in $1 million dream and wait till you almost pass out and then wake you back up. Like, hey,
Dad, hold up, bro. You gonna put her in the Arn Anderson?
Oh yeah,
blindfold her.
I want to put her in the Scorpion Death Cop.
Oh God. I had some good times.
The behind buster, bro. What you talking about? Put her in the head bro.
And so
that's sweet jazzy music, bro.
Don't get me started. I'm trying to be good.
Yeah,
trying to get boy Sean Pipels, bro.
So. What do we?
Monday Night Raw meet.
Damn. I got chills.
No, Josh.
Friday night ass SmackDown. Alright.
KY Jelly himself.
Monday Night Raw. What was it? Monday Night Raw?
Raw meat, bro.
The Royal Combo, bro.
That was the name of a porn. I saw it. Yeah. I didn't see the porn, but I saw the title.
Go on her search.
I hate y'all, dog.
They never gonna stop now. It's like continued. It's like a wave. That just keeps going.
I ain't got no more. I'm sorry. I ain't got no more.
I don't want to be this person.
Mean Gene Pokerland,
Jerry the King Jawler, bro.
I thought it was over, but really not.
Is it ever over?
I'm sorry. That's gonna be our thing for like the next couple episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. So one topic. How do we all feel about Oprah and Gail
I didn't watch it.
interviewing, or just the idea of interviewing the Michael accusers and R. Kelly scenario?
So wait, did Oprah interview the Michael people?
Accusers, yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know
Was
that.
Oprah doing that? Okay, word.
I didn't even know that.
I haven't seen it myself, but like, I mean, it's like, if what they say is true, then like, fuck, that sucks.
Which one?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I just know like what the idea of it is. So like, I don't know. I do this like trivia stuff, and like Michael Jackson is literally like, so like it's like DJ. I like do like DJ shit at like bars and shit, and like Michael Jackson is the universally, like, you put that on anywhere, everyone's like, oh yeah, okay, cool, yeah, we're here, like we're good vibes. So like, I don't know if Michael Jackson's like, I don't know if they can bring him down. Honestly, like whether or not they like keep on going with it, like whether or not it's true or not, I don't know. But like, if they find out it's true, are people gonna like? Are they gonna ever find out?
Well, there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, he's gone, so it wouldn't even matter.
Yeah, it's not like we're gonna not go to his shows. Like, bitch, I'm dead. Fuck wrong with y'all. Like,
I feel like, yeah. I mean, my opinion. Make a long story short, I mean, R. Kelly. I think, yeah, he's guilty.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson. If you get an FBI investigation for 10 years, and then the accusers now have been discredited already. In fact, I think one of them used to date his niece at some point. But my thing is, he's not here. He's been through courts and other investigations. And people like Corey Feldman talked about Hollywood and all the pedophiles there. Yeah. Macaulay Culkin, all these people that have been around him that really had nothing to gain, didn't say shit about him. My assumption is, and those same people were asked in court, and they both said no. Yeah. And now they changed it. Right. I feel like if he was molested, he wouldn't still be trying to choreograph the Cirque du Soleil in Las Vegas. So it appears like he's innocent based on all of those facts. Right. I'm looking for people who don't have anything to gain and are inward children, and they said something happened. But my thing is, he's deceased now, and but also it's like when you have two black males and then you try to validate it by having two black females interview them. It's like you don't want it to appear like it's a racial thing.
Mm-hmm. So what was the situation? I know like the two black male, the two black female. What was?
Well, put it like this: like whenever, like say even at work, if you're at a say it's a company, say it's a good example. If you have a mostly black workforce,
right,
and you only have white upper management, they actually put black managers in positions because it looked like at some points that they're writing on black people, so they have to put a black person in there to make it not look so damaging. Yeah.
I mean, like what you said, like there were like the two black males talking with the two black females or something.
I mean, okay, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And
because I thought it was like two white dudes that were being like.
No, they're whites. But if you have two white accusers, and then a white person interviewing, the two white accusers, this looks racial,
right? About a black man.
Exactly. If you have Gayle King interviewing R. Kelly, she has to be that kind of buffer,
right?
Otherwise, it looks like
I understand
because people indelibly know that you're looking at these two people, and alive are people who are doing all kinds of shit to children and women that never get interviewed and never gets hauled off to jail. So they had to do it like that. You know what I'm saying? But and regardless, you know, it's like he's wrong. But historically, we had this problem because everyone remember like Len Bias when Len Bias was killed or rather overdosed. Do you know Len Bias?
Nope,
I don't.
So in the 81, he was the #1 draft pick for the Celtics.
Shit. Celtics gonna be
and before Reggie Lewis, but right after Bird. So right after Bird it might have been more like 84, 85. So
he'd have been playing with Bird.
Yeah, he'd been playing with Bird, but before Reggie Lewis. So it could have been Bird, him, and Reggie Lewis playing by 87, right? So basically, when he died of a crack overdose the night before, well, the day after the draft, like he got drafted, and then he celebrated. Some say he was killed, some say whatever, but basically he died. New laws are passed because Reagan used his death to create what we now know as the crack laws, the war on drugs. Black men were affected by that, period. So just like now, sex laws, like now, if somebody's mind fucks you, that's now a crime. Before it was just like, you got mind fucked.
What do you mean mind fucked?
Exactly? Like if somebody has control over your mind or your parent, like the two girls, the two girlfriends. They trying to say that they're being used. It's gonna be like it's gonna be a charge. Just like now, like if somebody were to have sex with you, come back a week later and say, I don't feel good about that night. That's a charge.
Yeah.
Right? So, but who's it gonna affect? That's where a lot of people coming from my perspective look at it as. Like it really historically has always come down to affecting us more. Not really about those people, but the language being used and how they're positioning it. And sort of they're not even addressing other things that happen. Like, what's that girl, Harriet O'Rourke? Do you remember Poltergeist, the white girl Poltergeist?
Yeah.
She died. You know why she died at 12? Because she got fucked so hard by, as Corey Feldman said, the pedophiles in Hollywood, that she died.
That's horrible.
No one went to jail for that. Right?
This is like a girl. Like she's
you ever saw Poltergeist?
I've heard of it. I don't think I saw that.
Well, the little girl in blonde, Poltergeist.
Caroline?
Yeah, her. So it's like
y'all young as fuck. God.
No, I've seen. Look, I've seen.
Yeah. So it's like counter, just like with Bill Cosby, counter against the Hollywood environment they existed in. Countered against that. They were doing minimal shit compared to what, like if Hugh Hefner admitted to drugging women and having women in his stable and could write about it and live and die and not be accused of anything horrible. That's kind of how I look at it. Like, it's bad, but against what? Like if If you see me and you say, oh, you hit somebody in the eye. You hit a woman in the eye, right? But that woman just like shot me, right? It has to be countered against what else I'm experiencing. The whole story has to be put out. So it's like sometimes you have to watch out because it creates this male-female gender problem, and where really it shouldn't be. Because at the end of the day, it's something that is interesting to watch. To me, it's theater. It's not really news. It's not really information.
Because motherfuckers been know about it.
Yeah, it's theater. It's like theater, really.
This is my whole thing about the Michael Jackson thing, y'all. He done went through every room. First, he was gay. Then he was a pedophile. Then he was an alien. Like make up y'all fucking mind, yo. What do y'all want? Like, I don't know what the end result was, but they were trying to destroy him from like the 70s. Like, as soon as he hit puberty, it's like destroy him. Like, he's gonna run the fucking planet at some point, yo. So like every chance they got, they had something bad to say about him, yo. Like that's why like I'm not gonna watch that Leaving Neverland and all that shit, yo. Like I'm gonna remember Michael Jackson. The Michael Jackson I don't remember. Like I don't care. I can't. It's just too much. Like you can't be labeled so many things. I'm like, all right. I guess there was some shit. Like, well, one of us got to stick. And pedophile stuff, like, oh, pedophile, we got it.
This is what I have to say about that. And I agree with you. And then what do you tell the people who now feel the same way about R. Kelly, though?
No, that nigga did it, son.
OJ, he did
it. I mean, but it's crazy because I see chicks on my timeline right now. Yes. They like, after watching that interview, I feel bad for him. I'm like, hey, wait, what? Because he was lying.
I know people that like, I'm still gonna support him. I don't care. Blah blah blah.
And that's why he's able to do what he does.
Yeah.
It was like 2 of his supporters that bailed him out from jail in the first place.
Yeah.
And she like one of the ladies like owned like a daycare center. And she like
she was a teacher or something. I said it last week. She won a lawsuit because her daughter died.
Wrongful death.
Wrongful death suit during a heart operation.
Yeah.
But she won that late last year.
And she used that money to bail out.
She used $100,000 of $1.1 million.
Listen, that nigga would have came to my house and son.
I mean,
in the name of love 5 times in a row. You know?
I mean, just to piggyback off the Michael Jackson thing, both. I'm not anything against Gail or Oprah Winfrey. I'm just saying they hanging out with David Geffen on his yacht with Paul McCartney and other people like that. Both of which, ironically, has something against Michael Jackson, not only for buying most of the Sony catalog, but also for buying the Beatles catalog. So it's funny that they were hanging out with them the day before, or the weekend before that they did these interviews. So it's interesting.
You think that Paul McCartney might have said No.
I feel like it's just interesting
because he owned because he owned the Beatles discography or something.
Well, I mean, everybody knows when he bought that in his mind from underneath him. See, it's one thing, understand. It's a long history in music, whether you're talking about Otis Redding or James Brown or Sam Cooke. Black musicians, we could always sing, but when we own the distribution and own different things, own catalogs, own the publishing, they generally died. There's a problem with that. I mean, you can sing, you can make your millions, but you can't make but so much. Nat King Cole was probably one of the greatest singers that ever lived, but he kind of just did his work. He didn't necessarily rock the boat in that way. Other people afterwards did so, and many of them died or lost their reputation. So that's kind of what happened.
And that's what they're saying about Prince. Like, as soon as Prince
got
all this shit, he died for no reason, out of nowhere.
Prince was playing basketball one day. Brown now because he just got all this shit.
He's a goner, yo. Y'all better buy his tickets now. Chris Brown is a goner.
Yeah. I mean,
I hate him.
He's not even gonna die. He's gonna disappear. They're we don't know what Chris Brown is.
It's like R. Kelly's more like people feel bad for him. I mean, I don't necessarily put it like this. I know people that were molested and the struggles with not having those demons come back to bite them. Meaning, if you're molested, in this case, I think his aunt molested him when she was a teenager. He was a child. So forever, you're gonna have that connection between that age, your abuser, and yourself. Now, if it's a male molesting another male, you're going to probably molest a male of the age you were when you were molested first. That's just psychological. It's a fact. That's just how the mind works. Like what you're attracted to. Like if nobody ever touches you, really, most people will be attracted to what they're naturally attracted to. But if you're abused, particularly before 7, that's going to happen. So on that level, I get it because, like I said last week, thousands of children were abused by the Mexican border. At least thousands of complaints. So now, no one's talking about that right now, right? But if any of those children become famous and become abusers, it's going to be a topic. But now it's not a topic. Just the same way as if there are 4,400 complaints in 1 year at the border, what about how many complaints you think are born in slavery? Would have been probably millions, right? True. Or billions. My grandfather was born in the 1800s, so some of the things that we're experiencing now are remnants of that because it takes a long time for that to wash completely out. So my thing is when you have a child molested, on one level you just kind of, just like I think Ayala said this best, he's dealing with a lot of things, and this is far bigger than just him, because it goes on all over the world in different societies, different races, different ethnicities, and it could be a female molesting a male, male to male, female to female. I've heard and seen all of it. My thing is, on that level, yes, he's a little boy.
R. Kelly?
If you saw the interview, he's acting like he's still a child. He has never grown up. And it's been, yeah, he is. And it's been said. He's not equipped. Ayala's gonna have him on her show. Ayala Fix My Life, right? She said he's not equipped. He can't do it. Like he literally.
But remember, they used to make. Like, and now that I think back, they used to make fun of him because he used to dress young.
Yeah.
So that kind of plays into it, yo.
Yeah, he's still in his mind a little boy. So on that level, you can kind of see that. You know, then you have the thing with the parents. It's like, have the parents like, it's so complicated that I just can't say, throw him in the jail for 30 years. I feel like
he needs to have some.
He needs help,
but he definitely needs to be off these streets.
He needs to be. I told him about this before I left because we kind of talking about it. I said, in his mind, he's thinking I paid for the girl's school, the 14-year-old girl. The parents know about it. In his mind, he thinks I dealt with that. I apologize. I did my. Now he's thinking to himself, at this point in my life. He's saying he has these 2 women, and he might think that that's like he's good now. And while he's going backwards, when I dealt with that already, if I'm the father of that girl, and I say, you know what, you pay for this for her,
you're clear.
I'm not. Yeah. That's a trip because that's his goddaughter, right? In his mind, that's what he's thinking. He clearly doesn't have the mind that you might think he would have. He's a musical genius. But he's still kind of stunted, obviously.
Kind of?
Very stunted.
There you go.
Obviously. Well, I don't know him. That's why I said kind of. I mean, he looks like he's very stunted to me. So, I mean, it's sad, but I really wish they would put this type of energy towards other matters. Like somebody that's an immigrant told me. In America, they talk about sports and they detail every single nuance. And then when like the mortgage crisis hits, oh yeah, shit got fucked up and move forward, right? It's like there's no detail.
It's a blip.
It's a blip, but sports and other shit is like really nuanced. So it's interesting.
Absolutely.
That's about it.
But that's like a dude, like, I'm a good guy. I don't cheat on my girl, but like, yeah, you punch her in the face every day, dude. But I don't cheat on her. Like, that's kind of the arcade.
Actually, I kind of know dudes like that too.
Yeah, I don't cheat on her.
Say the same thing. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know chicks like that too.
I only punch her once a week, nigga. What the fuck you talking about, son?
Oh, that's pretty okay, nigga.
Okay. Well, I just want to say about the R. Kelly thing.
That shit was comedy gold, but go ahead.
It was, yeah. But the little snippet I watched, I didn't watch the whole interview, but the little snippet I watched where he was crying or whatever, it seemed like to me that he tried to change the narrative very slickly. As far as, y'all think I held them girls against their will and this, that, and the third, and they trying to destroy my life. but he never addressed the fact that he was actually sleeping with these 14-year-olds.
Yeah, he never answered the question.
Right. He tried to change the narrative so you would feel sympathy for him, but he never addressed the real issue.
When he was just like, "What do you mean underage?
What do you mean?"
No. When he was like, no. When he said, he said, how young you talking about?
But I think he's trying to like, cause everybody was like, "Yo, like, you supposed to flip out with somebody." And now I think he's like, "All right, well, if I act like I flip out, it look like that." No, now you look like you really got something to hide, yo.
Yeah.
Cause he was so calm in the first interview.
Right.
So now somebody else
coming to do with Torre.
Yeah. So now so you want to like, no, come on. You should have did that the first time. We would have believed you. Now this has been going for 20-something years later. Like, dude, you're doing it.
Yeah, he never addressed the real issue
when she was way too young to bang.
She did ask him point blank. He did not. She asked him if he ever had sex with anybody under 17. He said no.
Oh yeah, he did say no.
He said no.
He did say no.
No,
he did say that.
I say Kelly married Aaliyah at 15, so definitely.
Maybe they were abstinent until she was 18.
Shut up.
they were
maybe he means. Well, no, there's been too many of them. Like I know there was a whole thing where they like forged her marriage documents and stuff. I watched the whole like surviving R. Kelly thing. That was fascinating, but like I don't know. It's fucked. He did it. Yeah. I was just like, it's like I don't know. It's like definitely like I'd say put him in jail, but like in jail like. Give him some kind of like therapy, some kind of like opportunity to like.
It's supposed to let everyone.
Okay,
I
understand. No, jail. Jail is definitely not about rehabilitation. It's about free labor.
It's supposed to.
That's the idea of prison is to.
I think that ended a long time ago.
Not get fucked in your ass and get stabbed. Like, hey, don't get fucked in your ass and stabbed today. Did already? Oh, man.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, I understand that people who were molested do need that help. I also feel like you said, you have resources all in front of you. Your phone is right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? So shit, he ain't took the time to get the damn help.
Yeah, when he had all the money in the world.
I don't think he thinks he has a problem.
Yeah.
And
that's what I'm saying. Like,
then
he doesn't think he has a problem.
Okay. He believes his own bullshit.
Yeah, like you got. I mean, I know people.
If a traumatic event happened to me as a child,
okay,
right, I'm going to go seek help. Let me finish. If I had a wife of 10 years that I have held in, according to her, held in bedrooms and stopped them from eating, and me and my children do not have good relations. Like, it's not just, it's all types of shit is going wrong in your life. At no point did you decide to go seek professional help for yourself.
Okay,
well, according to what's the dude name?
Manager guy.
Yeah, the manager guy.
I remember that, yeah.
He said the manager guy said that he was crying and was like, "I'm gonna go get help. I'm gonna go get help. I'm gonna go get help." So
I mean,
why you ain't go?
Think about it.
Believes his own
Think about it, kid. Think about it. Like when somebody's doing drugs or something like that.
Yeah.
They say, "I'm gonna go get help. I'm gonna go get help." Still gonna
okay, and that's fine.
You know
but I just don't understand why there's such a push to get him help now that he's about to go to jail. Because
I'm not saying it should be a
shit ton of sexual assault of rapists and whoever, molesters, whoever. We ain't trying to get them help. So.
Well, put it like this. I told somebody just
no, but they should be getting everybody.
Whenever to your point, whenever a female teacher in the past has been caught having sex with a male student, underage student, what has happened to them?
They go to jail.
All right. No one says they need to get help. I think he should go to jail.
Yes.
I'm just saying, in his mind, he thinks. I look at the parents because in the school situation, I'm going to assume it's at school. The parents may not have known about that, and the parents aren't putting the sons up to the wolf. In this case, the parents were not only putting the children up to the roof, but bringing them to concerts and allowing them to be around somebody that the world saw that first video. The world knew Aaliyah was 15. His wife knew he was with Aaliyah, so she's now talking about him. But you married him. You knew who he. I knew
she was a background dancer.
Exactly. You know R. Kelly.
She was in the background.
Exactly. You cool with that. You cool with that. You thought you could handle that. You knew all about that, but you still married him. Like if I know a woman.
It's almost like you got a monster sitting there like destroying you or whatever, but you feeding him.
Yeah, but like, yeah, like if I know a woman is a crackhead, and then I marry them, and I think I can handle that, I can't then complain that she's a crackhead.
Yeah, you keep buying her.
He didn't hide what he was, so when you marry him,
according to what she said,
according
to the interview that she did, she said that he was sweet and he was all of these things.
When she married him, with the year she married him, he had been years before married Aaliyah at 15.
Well, they asked her if she knew about that, and they asked her if she knew about him having other women and young girls. She said no.
She didn't know about Aaliyah.
I'm just telling you what she said.
Do you think she didn't know about Aaliyah?
All I can tell you is what she said.
Yeah, but
R. Kelly,
you know what? You marry, you get with who you are. So if R. Kelly's a liar, she could be a liar too.
She could be.
No, everyone knows in the world that he married Aaliyah. Everyone in the world saw that tape. At least most people did.
Yeah.
At the time, so it's like you can't really. I didn't know anything about. Come on, you know about that.
She said she know. Like she said, when all this was going on with the tape, she was pregnant at the time, and he just told her to pack up and leave, and she did. And the next thing she knew, she saw that he was getting arrested on TV. That's what she said. I'm just telling you what the lady said.
Well, I'll be like this. Before we get into more, I feel like we're gonna have to get to a stopping point. We got to we'll have to leave him a little bit.
Putting him on the no talk about wall a little bit longer.
I don't know, between him, Kanye, and Bill Cosby,
who's on the wall?
I don't know. Like I understand the point of view from the parents' point of view, from all of that, but from the abused point of view, from the victim's point of view, all you want to see is the person that hurt you be punished. You don't give a fuck about rehabilitation. You don't give a fuck about what happened to them because they weren't. That has nothing to do with who he hurt.
Right.
You know, they weren't there. They didn't do that. And it's not
logical, we gotta wrap this up.
But that's just what it is. Like, I want to see the person punished.
I gotta be to work in like 4 hours, so that's fucking wrap this shit up.
So, because I'm gonna end it on this note, just to answer your question, like, I agree with you. And I don't think nobody here disagrees with you at all. None of us do. We all feel like, people in those situations, they need to be punished. And what needs to happen with our prison systems now is when these people are being punished, that they do seek some type of help. Because he's not going to be in prison for the rest of his life.
No.
So while you're in there,
when they get out, they still do the same thing.
And that's what we're trying to get at.
Go in there and
so
get a degree.
When you go in there, you need to get some type of help so that when you get out, you can be somebody who can, survive in society now and not go back doing the same thing. So we agree with you. He definitely needs to go, but there needs to be a change in our system in some type of way where people need to get. They need to get
castration.
You know how many jobs they could open up for that?
Chemical castration.
That's
all right. So we're gonna wrap this up.
Wild shit.
On chemical castration. That's a good way to end the conversation. Bars. You got them bars, nigga? They got bars, nigga.
Castration bars. I'd like to thank our guest.
Give me your everything.
Stevie Does Life everywhere at Stevie Does Life. You can find me. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that shit. Twitter. Hit that.
I'm glad this, man. This was a dope episode. I thank you so much for coming through, man.
I appreciate y'all having me. I had a fucking blast out here.
I'm glad you did, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
You gotta come back again.
Anytime you got something to promote, you want to put out there.
Yo, just holler at me.
Word.
You're always
else
welcome.
You know that want to come out here? Hey,
I'm with it.
Yeah, man. You're always welcome, bro. We appreciate you coming out.
It's our white guy episode.
If y'all ever
got one, people.
Yes.
If y'all ever want me again, just hit me up.
I got you. Most def. This was dope,
man.
Your
right there.
But I think we're gonna call it a wrap, yo. Shout out to everybody that's been rocking with us. Shout out to everybody, yo. I appreciate the support, and I think that's pretty much it, man.
That was a blast.
Your boy Sean, Mr. NJ Brick City.
John from the sky.
Just Kim.
Joe Cool.
Any Hardaway.
Stevie Does Life.
Winston.
And this was the Unfamous Podcast. Oh, before I go, shout out to Coming Right Up, the website and shit with the internet radio shit. So shout out to them, because
they like this.
South Dakota.
Yeah, he made it a point to let us know, like, yo, they can hear us everywhere, bro. He's like, yo, it is nationally syndicated, so they can hear us everywhere. So he was like, yo, he loves it. Yo, shout out to Tyler, man, I appreciate it. But this was the Unfamous Podcast, y'all. Thanks for listening. Peace.
Bye.
That was fun.
Yo, just so you know, so Uncle Joe's me. His name's F9.
Okay, where?
That's Gifted Beats 360.
That's your
on
nephew?
On Instagram, yeah.
I work.
So check our stuff out.
Yeah. No, absolutely.